The Ballarat Football Netball League live on BFL Game of the Round on 979 FM and 9.5 Apple FM, and we're off and running. And Archer got his first hands on a Johnston trying to come through. Simmons with the left foot kick was pretty much up and under. Punched forward by Benny Archer, only as far as Brockwell. Back to Archer, scrappy footy in the midfield as you would expect to start things off here in the slippery stuff. Stevens tries to come through, right foot kick, sends it towards centre half forward, backing back should be cut off and marked there by Chris Carson in defence.
Carson wheels and goes inside their defensive 50 for East Point, goes out of side, measures the drop punt, good kick, found Darlenberg, dropped what he should have taken, set up for him okay, gave the hand pass, running there was Lovig, right foot kick towards the outer side half forward, off hands over the line from McQueen, boundary throw in 60 metres around from the East Point goal. No rain to speak of as yet, but the clouds are looking ominous.
We certainly are. Todd Whelan this afternoon here joining us on BFL Game of the Round, and we're back underway. One down there. I'll give the points to Archer. Trying to come through there was Hickey, wrapped up immediately in the tackle, and then we'll get a stoppage on the outer side. In between half forward, centre wing on the outer side, attacking end of the ground for the East Point Football Club, the minor premiers in the Ballarat Football Netball League in 2019, and we're off and running. Neither ruckman got a hand on it. Tried to hack off the deck there was Jordan Johnston. The umpire says bit of kicking in danger, and a free kick will go the way of the Bloods on the half-back flank. Looks like it's in the hands there of Dyson Stevens. And he goes with a measured ball towards centre wing. Or on the charge, takes the mark. Gives off immediately to a teammate. Hickey looks inboard, back towards Stevens. Left foot wobbly kick will go towards half forward.
Nobody home.
Here directed. Almost a couple of East Point players got in the way of each other. But Baird with a bit of dash off half back. Sends a long thumping kick to half forward. McQueen attacked it at full velocity. Couldn't quite get there. Walker, it was his direct opponent. Brought it to ground. Picked up here by Johnston. Stepped around a couple of whoopie tackles. Spearing ball towards Whittaker. Too tall for him. Brown's at the back. Hacks it off the deck. Kicks going on goal, but it's towards the near side, and a minor score. One behind. East Point take the lead. Melton yet to score.
They look dangerous going forward, East, like they have all year. Stephen's been busy early for Melton. I think these conditions will suit a player if he's helped down to the ground.
As you said, Todd, good transition from the half-back line all the way down to the forward line.
East Point kicking with the breeze in this opening term. Kicking from defence from Melton was ordinary. Player held up there, Griffiths, who was pretty quiet by his standards last week. Melton under the pump. Ball just 25 metres out from the East Point goal. There's the ball up. Tap one there by Whittaker. Ball at ground level.
Oh.
Tackle on McQueen was fierce but fair nonetheless. And there'll be a repeat stoppage. Ball up 25 metres out from the East Point goal.
A little bit of push and shove.
And Whittaker takes front position, wins this one down. Trying to grab that one was Bill, and he couldn't quite gather. Brockwell with a clearing hand pass.
Nobody.
Only as far as Lovig got his head ripped off, and he'll be rewarded with a free kick just inside 50. The flying shot on goal was offline, so the ball will come back. And Cam Lovig has the opportunity to kick the first goal of the afternoon here as a bit of precipitation starts to fall here.
A little bit, a lot of it, mate.
At the City Oval. And you can see all the spectators who've tried to brave the cold for the opening start of this game just rush for some cover. So Lovig from just inside 50, got to wait for the ball to come back, but he'll get his shot on goal here. Knows when to bob up when he has to, Cam.
So we didn't get a tip from you in the pre-game there, Baz?
Sorry, mate?
We didn't get a tip from you in the pre-game.
Well, I'm just thinking that I don't think I've tipped Melton so far this year, or in the final series.
So East for you?
No. So I've got to go Melton just to balance it out a bit, mate. Yep.
Sammy?
Yeah, well, I had the Bloods winning today as well, actually. I think they've got too much run and carry, but even in these wet conditions to overrun East Point. So here's Lovig from right on 50. Will come in for the opening goal of the day here at the City Oval, the second semi-final in the Ballarat Football Netball League. Lovig starts his approach. He's going to take his best effort with the breeze still at his back. It's right on its way. It's away to the left. The breeze really took that away from the goal face, and a minor score. Two behinds. The Kangaroos lead things here over at the Melton Bloods.
After that little stalemate in play, would have been a real momentum game there for East if Lovig was able to convert. But a let-off here for Melton. They'll bring the ball back into play through Walker. He goes to the outer side of the ground. Plenty of purchase on the kick-off beyond the defensive 50. Johnson couldn't take the mark. Ball at ground level. Gathered there by Melton. Hurry kick got towards half-back. Not out of trouble yet. Mark taken there by Johnston. Squares the kick to the top of the 50. Each point into attack here. Running onto it there was the big fella there in Brown. Who was that one there, mate? We've got Jacob Brown. I was right the first time.
Yeah.
Came off his boot there. Quite happy to see it over the line for a boundary throw-in. 60 metres out from the East Point goal. Broadcast or grandstand side of the ground. East Point 2 behinds, lead Melton yet to score. 5 minutes gone, opening term. Second semi-final action here at City Oval.
Van Meel taking the ruck there for East Point, trying to win over the top. Rotoma owners wrapped up immediately, and this will be a bit of a tail tip. I think how today's going to go with the wet conditions on the stoppages. Going to be tough footy to be won. Archer wins it down. Coming through there was Murphy, unable to gather. Ball spills free. Trying to get in there was bottom of the pack. There might be Johnston, who's wrapped up immediately. Umpire lets it roll on. Scrapping inside 50. Hickey with the tackle, picked up by Dallenberg. Little side step was clever. Off to Lovick, firing left foot shot on goal. It's going to get right towards the goal line. Has it hit the
I think he's got it.
I think it's a goal. Umpire agrees with me, and the two fingers go up, and it's all clear. Lovick does get the opening goal, not in the way he probably anticipated a minute or two ago, but nevertheless, the Kangaroos take the lead here by 8 points.
And just to clear up that last statement, it wasn't 2 fingers, it was 2 hands.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Opening goal to Lovick. The minor premiers are on the board. First goal to them. Took them the best part of 6 minutes to post that first major with the breeze. Bit of rain halting that advantage, though, you would think. Melton a chance to hang in this first term. Tap one by Archer, ball at ground level. Chance here for Van Meel to do a second up clearance. Hurried kick got to the outer side centre wing. Taylor back into the side today, gathered. Came in, ball with a right foot kick. Went in the direction there of Whittaker. He couldn't, gathered cleverly.
Nice play,
gave the hand pass. Beautiful one at that over towards Maher. He shot on goal. It might have been McQueen, in fact. Crossed the face over the line, out of bounds on the full. Jason to the behind post. Melton under the pump here. Just the one forward 50 entry in the opening 8.5 minutes. All the play with East Point. And Walker will come grandstand side of the ground with the right boot. Gets it beyond the defensive 50. Carter's the target. Over the back with the punch there was Martin. Fell into the hands of Stevens. Clearly Melton's lion's share possession winner so far in this opening term. Members side centre wing. Quick hands from Johnston was good. It was too hot for Tuddenham. He couldn't gather. Dispossessed by Walker. Chance here for Carson. Concedes some ground with a hand pass. Conceding a free kick there was Campbell.
No.
Yeah, too high. Free kick to Murphy on half-back members side for East Point.
Can't duck your head into it, mate.
Murphy towards centre wing, looking for Van Meel to crash the pack, and he ended up just fisting it out of bounds. So we'll get a stoppage right in front of us here on centre wing on the broadcast side. 1 goal to 8 leads Melton, yet to score. 7.5 minutes gone. All the attacking towards the Pleasant Street end, which is favoured by probably about a good 3-goal breeze this afternoon. Van Meel wins this one down. Matty Denham, who hasn't really seen much of it early, goes without it. Diving in there is Joel Maher. These conditions will suit him to a T this afternoon. Kick went forward of Jacob Brown, who pounds the ball long inside 50, but look at the breeze, catch it off the instep and just shank it all the way out on the full. Be a free kick away. The Bloods deep inside their defensive 50 at the 8-minute mark of the opening term.
Notable absentee for East Point today. Bryce McDougall not in the side, Sammy.
Yeah, and obviously the umpire thought that was touched off the boot there, so we're going to get a stoppage inside 50. My apologies. About 25 metres out from goal or so. Archer sharks out of the ruck and clears defensive 50 for the Bloods. High ball towards the broadcast side, and Mark Orr already looking ominous. Takes a nice mark on the half-back line. Short ball towards centre wing was in the direction of Griffiths, but he ran out of real estate out on the full right in front of us here on the broadcast sides. Mitch Tudman will get the footy right in front of us.
Just when I thought Orr and Archer to be the difference, they've let me down there, the big fella. First kick error out of bounds on the full. Tudman to bring the ball back into play. Members side centre wing, right foot kick, gets plenty on it, gets towards the attacking 50. Bloods with weight of numbers. Denham with an early touch. Went looking for him, and he fell over. Slippery conditions. Rotoma owners quite happy to see it over the line for a boundary throw-in. And when we talk of conditions to suit certain players, Rotoma owners will be right at home under these, Sammy.
Yeah, he got the long sleeves on for the first time I reckon I've ever seen him donning them this afternoon. Well, just a bit of extra
Whistle high.
Melton free.
Yeah, free kick will go the way of the Bloods and the way of their co-captain, Benny Archer, off half-back. Can drive his side into attack.
Not many options for him, though, is there?
Well, he's got the parallel kick down the line of Mark Orr. I think that's where the kick was intended. Not going to get there quite because Johnston almost held on, was pushed in the back, though. Late contact coming from Orr will come back the way of MJ. Matty Johnston.
Yeah, that was the right call there. East Point 1 goal, 2-8 lead Melton yet to score. 9.5 minutes gone opening term in the second semi-final at City Oval. Right foot kick from Johnson. Gets to the attacking 50. Van Meel the fly. Couldn't take the grab.
Another one, yeah. Same free kick to Archer. And starting off early, isn't it nice to see common sense umpiring being officiated.
Yep, Archer winning the deserved free kick there. Van Meel caught behind the contest.
But we've already sort of seen now, it's a pretty classical play from the Bloods at the moment. Archer's just going to play a good kick and a half behind the play and constantly just cutting things off with ease across halfback. Yet, yes, their side trails by 8 points, but realistically, they're going to win out the game. They continue to just kick it down his throat. He goes short and finds Stevens, who's just getting the ball for fun at the moment. Led the poison in the opening 10 minutes or so towards centre wing.
Archer again.
And a push in the back.
You can't do it, Mark.
And a free kick will go the way of Brad Whittaker in front. Centre wing, long way away from goal. East Point's one of East Point's leading goal kickers in 2019. And he goes high towards the half-forward region. Archer will compete once again. Big fly from McQueen over the top. Couldn't quite bring it down. Bullets to deck. Opportunity here for Toma Onus. He's slipped over at the crucial point. Getting in there is Brock Wow. Diving in now, Davis fighting with it with Jack Walker, who's scrambling. Ball goes wide and out in the full. But the umpire said it was touched off the boot. So a boundary throw in.
Just a game of kick-to-kick at the moment from centre wing to East Point's attacking 50.
Well, it was logical. The intensity of the pressure so far was to be expected, wasn't it?
East Point 8 lead Melton yet to score. 11 minutes gone, opening term. Neither ruckman could gain any ascendancy from that tap. Campbell just stole it, hand past the ball. About 8 metres or so free side. Scrimmage of players around the football. A scrum of sorts. You'd think a whistle imminent. Umpire says, I'll have it. He'll come in and ball it up. Attacking side of centre wing members side for East Point.
And he's going to be important today for them, Sean Campbell. I think, especially against the breeze, play a bit higher up the ground in the midfield, really get some conditions for a big body like him are perfect. Back underway, Walker tries to extract. Just get the ball moving forward in the Matt Denham direction. Gets away by the would-be tackler. High ball towards the full forward position. Forced to spoil there was bad. Billy Jones picks things up, ducked the head, try to break the tackle. Umpire says you might be gone, son, and he is. Well, when you're leaning with the head, and sometimes we take a prior opportunity. I think the umpire got it right on the spot. Says they're free kicked away the Bloods.
And Dyson Stevens again to have the resultant shot on goal. Chatting to Connor Griffiths during the week, he said Stevens, an off-season recruit to the Bloods, will be winning their best and fairest, and he started in stellar form already this afternoon.
Did read that, and I was just wondering whether you might have put the kiss of death on young Connor with him.
Well, he didn't do himself many favours, saying his Friday ritual before a game of football was a few beers.
So Stevens from 35.
Do you think Timsy might have been interested in reading that?
Stevens comes in and his kick is away to the right. And in the end has scraped through just for a minor score.
Commentator's curse.
One behind tries 1 goal to 80, a 7-point margin. The Kangaroos will bring the ball back in the field of play at the 13-minute mark of the opening term.
Would that have been worth 3 up at that end of the goal? Round?
It is that sort of day with these blustery conditions here at the City Oval. The goals at the far end.
Tongue's left foot's going to be important today under defence. This one, no exception.
Kick.
Right into the centre square. Thump further afield by Geordie Johnson was fantastic. Here's an opportunity here for Walsh. Right foot kick to an open forward line. Whittaker knocks the ball forward. Chance here for McQueen. Went one way, then the next, back into trouble. Tackled by Kite. Got the ball free. Whittaker got the ball onto the bounce. Was okay to Tuddenham. Right foot kick. Didn't travel the required distance. Melton under the pump here, about 35 metres away from the East Point goal. Close up against the boundary line. Manages to find its way free over the line. Boundary throw-in 30 metres around from the East Point goal. Outer side of the ground, they kick to the City end with the breeze in this opening term, and they lead by 7 points. 13 and a half minutes gone.
Okay, ball back in the field of play. Archer just tries to take out the ruck and pound it out defence with a booming kick. Knocked on there by the Bloods and by Hibbert towards ground. Campbell got boot to ball, but many couldn't. Towards centre wing on the outside. Orr continues to keep the ball rolling. Knocks it towards the middle of the ground. Foot races on. Hickey just hacks it off the deck inside to the vacant 50 area. Inside 50, 1-on-1. East Point desperate to clear, and Tongue dribbling ball towards the broadcast side. Gets a bit of purchase on the kick. Finds McQueen. Steps inside. High ball. Tough one to mark for Baird over the top. Couldn't quite bring that ball down. He's wrapped up immediately in the pressure. Great tackle applied by Hickey and a stoppage on centre wing. And you can already see, Todd, in the early stages here, the signs that are willing just to continue to knock it their way and trying to break the game open and apart. So it really just come down to a foot race at times.
Ball up, member side centre wing. Neither ruckman could win the tap there as Walker just hacked the ball out of play, found Stevens, reward for playing in front, gave the ball over to Griffiths. He went the soccer towards half forward. Now it's East Point's turn to arrest some momentum here from the Bloods as Ratomarona's hand pass. Got it to Carson. Classic clearing defensive kick. Travelled about 50 metres from half back to half forward. Bloods have got the numbers through Crofts. Following up there was Johnston. Crofts was hit hard there. Keep an eye on that Barry Ag. Chance here for Walker. Went out boundary side searching for the boundary. Found it. East Point wanting deliberate. The umpire said no. Throw it in, umpire. 65 metres around from the East Point goal, outer side of the ground.
I thought that one on Crofty might have been just a tad high.
Bit of a stinger there. I think he's up and okay.
Well, he's off the ground at the moment, but yeah.
Van Meel got hands to this one. Slapped forward by Johnston towards the boundary line. Hickey's going to be wrapped up immediately by Aidan Nestor. And in the end, running out of real estate, will get a ball in. Half-forward region, outer side for the Kangaroos. They lead by 7 points here after 15.5 minutes in the opening term. We'll get a ball back in the field to play Archer and Van Meel to continue the battle. Fisted in forward by Van Meel. Simmons is the target off the deck.
Ooh,
gains a bit of territory.
No.
And it goes out of play. We've got a ball in now, 25 metres, but just continuing to knock the ball on. Here are the Kangas and doing all the attacking towards the Pleasant Street end of the ground.
Conditions conducive of a low-scoring affair. It's living up to that expectation. East 8 lead Melton 1, 18 minutes gone opening turn. There's the throw in, East Point in attack. Archer getting back. The umpire's picked out a free kick. It'll go to the big fella. And Archer will have an opportunity to clear for the Bloods. Not for the first time this afternoon. Goes outer side of the ground. Nice exponent of the drop punt. Goes in the all direction. He was forced to thump the ball away from Jones. Right foot kick back into attack in the Archer direction. Couldn't take the mark. 50-50 ball. Walker had to be clean. Hand pass was okay. Bloods get out of trouble with the right foot kick towards half back. Clean was good there from Denham. Hand pass further afield looking there towards Campbell. He was dispossessed. Right foot kick towards centre wing here for the Bloods. East Point with the numbers. Tackle excellent. Pressure good here opening term. Just what you'd expect in a second semi-final with a spot in this year's grand final up for grabs. East Point 8 lead Melton 1 near 18 minutes gone in this opening term.
Simmons trying to hack the ball forward. Couldn't quite get clean purchase on it. Now quick kick towards centre half. What is marked by Walsh. Too far out the score. Right on 60. Looking for the lead of maybe Whittaker. Decides just to bang one to the top of the square. Whittaker loses cartage. Slipped over. Takes the mark on his chest. In the slippery stuff. Got to have the long studs on Ryan. And he goes to ground. And the veteran Brad Whittaker is able to mark on his chest about 20 metres out from goal.
Yeah, a bit of a coach killer there. Carter just
as a
falling over without much contact at all. And Whittaker just was able to get some separation, take an easy mark on the chest.
Being a confidence player, Brad he's dobbed it.
And gets his first goal of the afternoon. A bit of breathing space for the Kangas early here. 2 goals to 14 leads Melton on the one behind Barry Ag.
Good sign for the Pointers with him. That'll do his confidence no end of good.
And he's hit it well early, Barry Ake here in centre wing a number of times. Has found the footy already. And he is the one focal point this afternoon for the Kangaroos. He's been a player who's been up and down all throughout season 2019 and needs to make today his if the Kangas want to progress to the 2019 grand final.
And as Todd said, a coach killer. But if you're a coach and he's got short stops on, wouldn't you like to take his boots up and whack him over the bloody head with them?
Melton with the clearance, right foot kick to their attacking 50. This is better from the Bloods. Cleared quickly, though, away from the congestion there by Murphy. Plenty of weight on the kick, got it towards half forward. Chance here for Simmons. Forced to go by hand. Ball at ground level. McIntyre went the soccer. Looking there for Davis. He had the ball just sharked away from him there by Darlenberg. He's quite happy to see it over the line for a boundary throw-in. East Point back into attack here. You'd think another goal and East Point would have the ascendancy in this opening term, but if Melton can hang on, they'd just about take that.
I think they would, only been down by, say, maybe potentially 2 goals into quarter time. Archer wins it down, straight towards Denham. Left foot kick out of halfback is pinpoint. Not claiming the mark there was Jack Walker. Opportunity for Brown. The dribble on inside 50 towards Marr. Handball inside the Johnston was run down immediately by behind. Ball still alive inside 50 for the Kangas. And in the end, the Bloods do clear. High ball from Davis down the line. Carter attacks it at full velocity, bounces off his knees, and ball goes out of play. Ball in on the half forward flank. Approaching time on in the first term here. It's a 13-point margin. The Kangas have done all the attacking towards the Pleasant Street end.
To 6 players in the middle of the ground and to the Melton end. The other 30 players on the East Point forward to centre as Baird breaks away from the congestion. Right foot kick to the teeth of goal. Has he got the accuracy? He doesn't. Misses to the near side. One behind. East Point extend. They're 2-3-15. They lead Melton one behind. Near 20 minutes gone here. Opening term at City Oval. Second semi-final action on 979 FM and Apple 98.5 FM.
And here's Riley Walker. Kicks off the instep a little bit. And cutting this one off was a man who just had a flying shot and goal in bad. Doesn't probably quite have the journey from 60. But he's looking at his options. He might just set this one up the top of the square with a high kick. It's going to go further than the square, right to the line. Carter with a fist brings it back in the field of play. Dangerous area. Brown trying to bust his way through. Ball spills free in the tackle. Right foot snap around the shoulder. Is dropped by Walker in defence. Still an opportunity here. Here's McQueen. Hand pass was cut off by Carter. Got boots of ball. They're not out of this yet though. Jones with the outside boot. Flying shot on goal is across the face. Hickey drops a mark he should have taken and spills it out of play, and we'll get a ball in, but scrappy footy in the defence from the Bloods, but they're just holding on at the moment, not conceding.
Finals pressure right there.
Wet, slippery ball?
Pretty much that's the reason, Barry Egg in my book.
Add some finals pressure into the mix, and that's what you've got, a scrappy game of footy. Running onto the football here is Johnson.
JJ.
Keeps his feet, kicks a dumper by Walker as he kicked. That'll be down the ground. Could even be a send-off here. That was clear as day. As Brother Geordie comes in to remonstrate with Walker. It was Riley on that occasion, dumping the East Point captain, Matty Johnston. And that will put East Point on the goal line here. And it looks like McQueen will take the shot, point-blank range. East Point will get their third goal of the afternoon and will extend to a 19-point lead as we approach the 22-minute mark of this opening term. Walker getting away with that, just conceding the down the ground. High, blatant, and late. Sammy, that's the way I saw it.
It was 100% right in your call there, Todd. And the umpire did the right thing and played the straight away downfield. And as you said, very easily could have been something more.
Can I ask you a question? If it was downfield...
Why is he on an angle? Explain that, Barry.
That's what I'm going to ask you. Shouldn't have been right in front, in the middle?
I agree. I think so.
The VFL has played Eston, though, in Jake McQueen. He knows how to kick a goal or two. Right up against the pocket, makes no mistake, left foot around the shoulder, pops it through, and East Point do get their third goal here at the City Oval. 3-3-21, they move to Melton on one behind.
Yeah, Barry Agg and myself a little perplexed there with that down the ground decision.
I was just having a look. I saw Richard behind us, who's the chair of the goal of the umpires, I think. I might see if I can get him afterwards. And
we'll get some clarification.
Yeah, because it's... But not often I'm very right, but I could be wrong again.
But back to the footy side of things, is the buffer is fully open here as the sunshine is beaming now here at the City Oval and shining down on the Kangas at the moment. 3-3-21 is what I have on my scorebook here to Melton's one behind the scoreboard. Just playing a little bit of catch-up maybe on the electronic side over there. But we'll be back underway in here as Todd Whelan to get us back to the footy.
Archer to contest the ruck duel there with Walsh. Does the follow-up work, does the big fella. Taking the ground, the umpire says, I'll have it. There'll be a ball up. Right in the middle of the ground here at City Oval. Excellent conditions for football, given it's been some bit of rain about. The ground surface is immaculate as Geordie Johnson breaks away from the congestion. Penetrating kick to an open forward line. Whittaker in front, couldn't take the mark. Good spoil there by Carter, who kept his feet on this occasion. Desperate ball at ground level. Diving on it there was Lachlan Walker. Knocked. Ball in.
My fault. Yep.
Grabbed out of the ruck there by Archer. Threw ball onto boot. Got it beyond half back. Or was the target. Couldn't make the ground at the end. Opportunity here for Carson. Right foot kick. Got East Point inside 50. McIntyre over the ball. Knocked the ball boundary side. Ball kept in here. East Point in attack. 24 minutes gone opening term. They lead by 19 points. The central umpire comes in, says, I'll have it. And there'll be a ball up 40 metres out from the East Point goal. Outer side of the ground.
Trying to get another one here in the later stage of the opening term. Walsh went early. Archie got the hand down. Ball spills free. Coming out to me is Denham, who couldn't quite get down and pick it up on that occasion. Walker picks things up, pounds the ball towards centre wing on the outside. Kite, unable to mark on his chest, and it's fisted out of his hands. And our play, virtually opposite from the broadcast position now on the outer side of the ground here at the City Oval.
Goal scorers for East Point, McQueen, Whittaker and Lovig, the contributors. Melton yet to trouble the scorers on the goal front. Boundary throw-in. Archer to do the ruck work against Bilney, of all players on that occasion. Give that tap to Bilney. Got the ball towards half forward. Pushing that player under the football there was Geordie Kite. The umpires will come in and pick the ball up right on the corner of the centre square here. Outer side of the ground on half forward for East Point. They kick with the breeze in this opening term. 25 minutes gone opening quarter.
And we're back underway here. Archer goes early.
Punch.
Big fist. Nesta hacked it out mid-air. Ball spills through towards centre. Off the deck goes Davis towards the half back region for the Bloods. Trying to get there first is Hibbard. Well done by Tuddenham, though. Was behind and gathered the footy. Sends it inside 50 now. Wobbly ball. Slapped there cleverly by McQueen. Coming through was a teammate in Dallenberg. Didn't quite find the footy. Well done by Taylor down low. Extracted towards Matt Johnston. Flying kick towards the goal face. Big fist over top there by Carter on Whittaker. One-on-one race towards the boundary line, and the boundary line wins out.
And I got an adjudication on that decision before. I'll let you know it's quarter time.
No worries. Thank you very much, Barry. Doing double duty for us this afternoon here on BFL Game of the Round.
Carter's having to restore a bit of confidence in those last two contests, keeping his feet. There's the throw-in. Archer knocked the ball forward. Just going the soccer there was Geordie Taylor. Melton looking for the boundary line and/or rush behind. The former prevails. There'll be a boundary throw-in adjacent to the East Point behind post. Out of sight of the ground. Deep into attack here, the Kangas. They kick to the city end with the breeze in this opening term. Johnson at the back. Big thump there from
well done,
Stevens,
son.
who started excellently. Bilney gathered. Johnson caught one high, said the umpire. And he'll go back and have a shot on goal. You know him better than me, Sammy. Distance and accuracy. A player of this man's ilk. You'd back him in?
Absolutely back him in. I mean, he's just I think he has all the capabilities to be not only the best player as for East Point, but in the competition. He's got all the tools, all the traits, and was best on ground when these two sides met in the grand final, and staying very well this afternoon here at the City Oval. So Johnston will come in, premiership player, of course, former VFL listed player, loves a goal, kicks him normally pretty straight, and doesn't let me down here. Johnston kicks the goal, and 4 goals to start the game for the Kangaroos here. They look on as they did the last time these two sides met, of course, only a couple of months ago, where they kicked the first 6 goals of that game, and it's a pretty similar story here this afternoon. It's 4 goals, 3 I have, 27 leading the Melton, just the one behind Johnston's first of the afternoon.
And while we're waiting for the ball to come back to the centre, we won't wait till quarter time. Free kick was played downfield and where the ball landed.
Okay, thank you, Barry Agg, on the comments this afternoon on 979 FM. Dual broadcast with Apple 98.5 FM this afternoon. Second semi-final action here. East Point 26, lead Melton 1. Deep in time on opening term. Stevens with strength. Got the hand pass to Davis. Had his kick smothered. They've been a lot cleaner, East Point. They've kept their feet and have far less fumbles than the Bloods in this opening term. They're well and truly settled, the Kangas. Defensive side of the middle of the ground. Free kick will be taken here by Walker. Comes members side of the ground. Right foot kicks just out of reach of Kite. One bounce over the line for a boundary throw-in. Members side of the ground. Grandstand side, if you want to call it that. 28 minutes gone opening term. Reigning premiers East Point 26, lead Melton 1.
We'll get a ball back in front of us here. Inside Saxon House, our broadcast position this afternoon. Slapped forward there by the Kangas, but Davis couldn't quite extract. Hacked forward there by Taylor. McIntyre threw it away, so the umpire holding the ball. Free kick will go the way of Clay Bilney. Just outside 50. And he's the thumping kick of the footy, so this is not beyond Clay. And he's going back pretty confidently, I reckon, here within the late stages of the opening term. He won't know how long is left out on the ground.
Well, as you said, mate, he does roost at 1,000,000 miles, and why wouldn't he be going back very confident?
Such a versatile player for the Kangaroos, Clay. Playing forward a little bit this afternoon. His first shot on goal is a thumping kick. Does it have the accuracy? It doesn't. It's away to the left-hand side of the goal face and a minor score.
Just a bit awkward from my position, but did the wing pick that up a little bit?
Just a tad with the hook of the kick as well. He's a bit of right to left bender, as they would say in the biz, and that one continued to go head left with the breeze.
I think he'll have a role to play defensively in quarters 2 and 4 against the breeze for East Point. Time will tell. Right foot kick out of defence was okay here for the Bloods. Kite, long way from home, just inside the Bloods' defensive 50. Can go short, kicks okay. Finds Griffiths. Be happy to get some touches in this opening term. And arrests some momentum here that seems to be all with the minor premiers East Point, who lead by 26 points. Kick along the line in the Archer direction. Offhand spoil there was good there from Martin. Finds touch over the line, boundary throw in. Attacking side of centre wing. Grandstand side of the ground for East Point. 30 minutes gone opening term. The Kangas lead by 26 points.
Back underway here, ball high in the air. Archard got the hand on it first, and Stevens with Johnson trying to wrestle it away. Stevens with strength gets boots the ball, kicks towards the centre of the ground. Murphy attacked him with full velocity, didn't take the mark, hacked up to there by Jones. His soccer goes 35 metres and falls inside 50, but it's carved by McIntyre. Inside the fence. Looks towards the broadcast side. High footies in the all direction.
Oh, what a grab.
With strength. A great mark by Markor once again. Centre wing right in front of us in Saxton House this afternoon. He has the footy. Looks down the line with a high kick. Looking in the Hibbert direction in a one-on-one. Fisted by Lovick.
Ooh, I thought he was held.
Onus went without it on the ground. Spinning out a tackle there was Johnston. But that will do it here at the City Oval on BFL Game of the Round on 979 FM and simulcasting this afternoon 9.5 Apple FM. A bit of push and shove with Heaney involved in there for the Bloods. But on the scoreboard here, Todd Will and I have 4-4-28. East Point leading the Bloods, the one behind with goals to Lovick, Whittaker, McQueen and Matty Johnson. The scoreboard here at the ground has just been changed to that as well. So looks like it's a 27-point margin at quarter time. We'll take our first break here on BFL Game of the Round on 979 FM and 9.5 Apple FM. Ian Speedman 9 FM and 9.5 Apple FM here at the City Oval. Second semi-final and second term, and this is Todd Whelan to kick things off.
Van Mill and Archer to do the ruck contest. Good start for the Bloods. Archer won that tap, gained a couple of metres free side, but they couldn't break away from the congestion. Pressure's up from the reigning premiers. They lead in that regard, not only on the scoreboard, but in the pressure stakes as well.
What do you reckon, Todd? Throw a blanket over about 24 people?
Yeah, that's not a bad tip there. Tap one by Archer, ball at ground level. Chance here for Johnson. Gathered, then missed his foot. Stevens over the foot. He keeps his feet, dispossessed. Ball ends up at ground level. The umpire will come in and ball it up in the same spot that he balled it up at the beginning of the term. With 37 seconds in, Each Point 28 lead Melton 1.
As like they say, 979's been a traditionally thirdly ball up to kick things off in the second term. Slammed out of the midfield there by Johnston towards centre half forward. Reaching over top there was Crofts. Dallenberg kept his feet. Run down by behind by Crofts. Ball spills free. McQueen, who's been so dangerous. Right foot snap on goal is towards the near side and a minor score. He only needs a sniff. He's kicked one this afternoon and almost had his second there with a good passage to play inside 50. 29 leads, one behind here.
I think the Bloods dodged a bullet there.
First goal all important for momentum here, especially for the Bloods. They'll come grandstand side with the kick in. Right foot kick gets beyond the defensive 50. Orr in front. Took a nice mark. Second contested mark of the afternoon. Plays on. Aaron hand pass. Chance for a turnover here of Nesta variety. His kick gets inside 50. Shallow entry here for East Point. Bit of a stacks on the mill. Players in from everywhere, including the central umpire. He'll come in and affect the ball up 49 metres out from the East Point goal. The kick against the breeze to the scoreboard end in this second term. They lead the reigning premiers 29. They lead Melton 1.
Or to do battle in the ruck this time against Martin. Gets his first hand on it. Hickey unable to extract. Dallenberg behind the pack where he likes to be. Ball didn't quite come through. Johnston in there with Denham as well, going head-to-head this afternoon. Trying to crash his way through was Marr. Here's Semmons with a left foot snap towards the top of the goal square. Sliding in Walker of the Lockie variety. Cuts things off at fullback. Had a very good month of footy for the Bloods, actually, Lockie Walker. And he goes short to Matt Denham. Takes the mark inside defensive 50.
First clean possession Matty's had today.
And he looks towards the broadcast side, maybe. Campbell presents. That's where the kick goes. Just at his feet. Couldn't quite get there for the mark. And now Baird off to Martin. Flips over top inside 50. Opportunity for Nesta. Squaring ball towards the top of the square. Reaching over the top. Couldn't quite take the mark there. Inside 50 was Whittaker. And trying to break through the Stevens tackle there was Brown. Socket off the deck there by Carter towards the boundary line. Opportunity to get it out of play. And the Bloods, again, on their haunches, defending desperately inside their defensive 50.
Yeah, Denham's exit kick was ordinary, and Campbell fell over, and just reward for keeping your feet there from bed, and they've kept the ball locked inside their 50 here, East.
Opportunity for Orr to take the ruck and win it down against Bilney. Ball doesn't come free, though, for the Bloods. Crofts with the hand pass. Couldn't quite find Matt Denham. Opportunity for the right foot snap is Nesta. And he's missed across the face as well. So maybe another bullet dodged for the Bloods here. East Point kicking against the Breeze in this term. And again, continuing on their way in the opening term.
Both shots just so really gettable, weren't they?
Agonisingly close and too much hook on the bend.
East Point led by 27 points at quarter time. They've extended to by 2 behinds to 30. 3.5 minutes gone. Ball back into play from Walker. The kick's okay. Fans Denham has this left foot kick. It's very similar to the one that bounced in front of Campbell earlier. Chance here for Carter, though, kept his feet. Ooh. Walker caught one high over the shoulder. Umpire called play out. Can you believe it? Now he's coming into a water free kick.
Yeah, I think his non-officiating man helped him there. Had a better view on that one to help Jack Walker out.
Thanks, Sammy. Kick is good from Walker to Stevens inside the centre square. Told to play on by the umpire. Under pressure. Right foot kick. Inside 50. Or the target. Second, third grab. Couldn't quite take it. East Point got the numbers through tongue. Normally good by foot. Especially the left. Goes to the outer side of the ground beyond the defensive 50. East Point have the numbers here. They'll be happy with getting the ball out. They do so indeed as the ball spills free. There'll be a boundary throw in 65 metres around from the Melton goal, outer side of the ground. East Point lead by 29 points. 4.5 minutes gone, second term.
Just struggling to penetrate 50 at the moment, the Bloods. Or down to Stevens. Right foot kick is astray and just bounces in the field of play, and the ball's just outside 50. We'll get a boundary throw, and they're just not looking as sharp and on game as they normally do as this Melton side at the moment. We've played 4.5 minutes in this second term. 29 points is the margin here at the City Oval, and we're back underway. Or slaps it inside 50, but ill-directed. Opportunity for Johnston. Tried to sock it off the deck, couldn't quite do so. Campbell didn't quite gather, and Baird clears defensive 50. It's going to come straight back, though. Bounces on its point here towards Hickey. He sweeps over top towards Walker and measures the ball towards centre wing. Mark taken by Carter. Better passage of play there for the Bloods. He wheels around.
That's 50.
Yep.
Against Lovig, just for encroaching on space there to the outer side as he played on.
Trying to cut the angle too much. Well adjudicated, well picked up by you, Todd.
Who's he playing it to, Mark?
Well, it's going to be down. It's going to be 50 metres towards Carter, where the man had the ball in hand. And been in goal-kicking form as well, Liam Carter. Got a few bags of 4 in the last month and a half.
Distance is not beyond him.
And with the breeze at the back, should have no issues. Zorba accuracy here. 45 metres out at 45-degree angle to get the Bloods' first goal of the afternoon. It's Liam Carter to come in for the Bloods at the 5.5-minute mark. Kick is on its way. Starts it right. Lets the breeze bring it back and split the high diddle-diddle. And the Melton are on the board here at the City over through Liam Carter. One they desperately needed.
Bloods are on the board, yep. First goal to Carter, first goal for the Bloods. We did speak prior to the centre bounce to get this second term underway, just how important that first goal was, especially for Melton, because, of course, facing a potential 35-point lead if they conceded the first one. But to the Bloods' credit, they've been able to hit the score. It did take East Point about 10 minutes to kick their first in the opening term, so time not necessarily against the Bloods here at the moment.
And a free kick to Orr will go short in the ruck. And no, he's going to play the... well, Martin thinks it's against him, and he's going to be getting the free kick. So blocked out of it. Off to Simmons. He goes towards half forward with a raking left foot kick. Fisted there by Crofts, back in towards the corridor. Picked up there by Taylor. Left-handed hand pass was superb to Dallenberg. High footy inside 50. Looking for Lovey to crash from the side. Didn't quite take the mark. Ball still alive. Melton desperate to lock things up. And in the end, we will get a stoppage inside 50. And we talked about it last week on the program, Todd Will. And sometimes those ruck contests, it's a bit of a flip of the coin sometimes. So free kick on this occasion went the way of East Point, and they're making the most of it inside 50.
Tap one by Orr, conceded some ground, albeit to the boundary line. Ball still in play, though. Each Point with ball in hand. Get the ball to the top of the 50. Taylor fumbling, finally gathered. Loose hand pass found Ratomaronis. He too got a touch of the fumbles. Ball at ground level. His second effort's okay. Knocks it to open space, but only as far as Stevens. He was dispossessed. Ball at ground level. Whistle imminent. Umpire will come in effect. The ball up on half forward for East Point, out of sight of the ground. They lead by 23 points, the reigning premiers. Back-to-back minor premiers. Good effort from the club. Picked up a couple of really good players in the off-season, and they're having an impact in 2019. Defensive side, Tappy only goes as far as Johnston. Right foot kick, keeps it low. Went in the Whittaker direction. He couldn't take the mark. It was Brown, in fact. Chance here for McQueen. The other X-factor forward. Went left, went right. Conceded at ground with 45 and found Geordie Johnson on the attacking 50. 45-degree angle. He'll kick from about 51 metres out from goal. Take his best from here against the breeze, you'd think, Sammy?
He's got a good leg on him, does JJ, but as you say, against this breeze this afternoon, it's going to have to be... We should have to be pretty sweet on that left-hand goalpost and hope that he can fade it back enough. So Johnston, their leading goal kicker in 2019, from right on 50, maybe just outside, gets really close to the man on the mark, sends the kick on its way. It's a raking ball right to the line off hands for a minor score, and just didn't have enough on it to get it over the goal line. A minor score to the Kangaroos, 4 goals, 7-31 leads, 1-1-7 here at the City Oval.
Well, that is, isn't it? You try for distance or accuracy. You tried for accuracy and missed out just by that much.
9 minutes gone, second term here at City Oval. Second semi-final action. Stevens marked the kick in from Walker. Went by foot beyond the defensive 50. Ball close up against the boundary line. Players just stopped and looked at the footy. Just allowed Carson to run in. Squaring kick. Opportunity here for Crofts, who's back on the ground. Ball at ground level. Turnover. Cleaner hands here from Taylor. Right foot kick inside 50. Intercepted by Orr. Just inside the defensive 50 here for the Bloods. They're under the pump. They trail by 24 points. 9.5 minutes gone, second term.
And he's trying to link up with Archett, who spilt one he should have taken. Great pick up by Johnston. Right foot kick goes inside 50 with a high ball. Orr's getting back for the Bloods to get a hand in there, and Carter's able to shovel it over the line. We'll get a ball in deep inside 50. The Bloods have made the move. Archer the full forward or into the ruck like they did last week with the breeze in that final term. Will it help them in this occasion?
If Archer's at full forward, somebody better point out where the position is.
Opportunity here maybe for the Kangas, but a great tackle there by Dyson Stevens. Keeps the ball inside defensive 50. 4 goals, 7-31 leads. 1 goal, 1-7 here at the City Oval. Back underway. Slap clear by the Bloods. Hibbard first to get there. Sockers off the deck towards Archard. Martin's with him. And in the end, running our real estate, we'll get a ball in between half-back and centre wing of the broadcast side, Barry Haig.
Because you guys have been watching the play of the ball, you would have thought that Melton were kicking against the wind. There's only 2 players in their forward line.
Boundary throwing on half forward, grandstand side of the ground for East Point. They lead by 24 points. Matoma Owners bailed up, ball at ground level. Whistle imminent. Umpire will come in and effect a ball up on half forward for East Point. Yeah, the Bloods, they're just not playing with the vigour that you'd expect from a side wanting to head into the grand final ahead of the minor premiers. East Point with the upper hand at the moment. Tap one by Orr, favoured Hibbard at ground level, couldn't gather, fell over. Stevens, as he so often does, keeps his feet in the contest. Umpire will come in and effect another ball up. Right on the corner of the centre square here. Grandstand side of the ground here at City Oval. On half forward here for East Point.
Opportunity here for the Kangas again. Martin gets his hands on this one. Trying to extract. That was Johnson. Spun 360. Ball came free. Hickey, left footer, couldn't quite get boot to ball. Opportunity for Taylor, who's been superb as an inclusion this week. Dribbles it inside 50. Opportunity for Bilney. Off to Simmons. Lines it up on the left foot and kicks a wonderful, wonderful goal against the breeze. I was going to say against the run of play, but realistically, it's been all East Point all afternoon so far. Yep. And a goal to Daniel Simmons here at the 12-minute mark of the second term.
Yeah, Melton just don't look like the Melton that we've seen historically over the last 12 months. They look more like the side that went to Ballarat and lost to Lake Windaree and Ballarat.
12 scoring shots to 2 is ominous signs here for Aaron Timms, and they're just not getting any forward penetration at the moment. They're winning every ruck hit, but just getting no use.
Just too many players not touching it at the moment, but except for that player Stevens, he had his kick intercepted there by the big fella there in Martin. Going the socket there was Johnson, who was met solidly. Good physical pressure there from the Bloods. They rebound the footy. They get it to their attacking 50. Chance here for Carter. Running away there from that play there in Murphy. Chance here for Campbell. Could have been held without it. Carter ended up with ball in hand. Got it to Geordie Kite. Fell over at the crucial stage. Chance here for Baird to gather. Got it on to his preferred left and got his point out of trouble.
An opportunity on the outside, but they run out of real estate. We'll get a ball in attacking side of centre wing for the Kangas.
And as you said, the goal that
for the Bloods, my apologies.
The goal that the point is kicked wasn't that surprising because it was, the way I was reading, it was only a matter of time before they kicked their first goal against the Breeze.
It was like busting the damn wall at the moment. Opportunity at the back there for Stevens, who's just been everywhere, but hasn't had the cavalry with him this afternoon. Griffiths trying to get involved, sends the ball towards half forward. Fisted from behind there, it was Baird. Travels inside 50 now. Campbell, who's trying to make an impact, comes through, ducked the head. Umpire says no prior opportunity, just outside 50 balls it up. But the likes of Campbell, Kite, haven't had a sniff of it yet up forward, and really they're so important to this Melton side, and they need them to lift and hit the scoreboard in desperate times.
Just outside the attacking 50 for the Bloods. Orr's tap went looking for Griffiths. Through traffic, couldn't gather. Hurried kick out of the congestion from East Point. Got it to half back in the McQueen direction. Caught one high from Hickey. Was Walker, in fact. And McQueen on half back. Bit of remonstrating going on. Umpire comes over and says, okay, there's not much in this. And McQueen on half back. Been good. So when you weigh up the X factors for East versus the X factors of Melton, I think that's the difference in the game so far.
Yeah, well picked up there, Todd Whelan, with McQueen with it. Spearing ball was directed for Tongue, but it was cut off, and now there's an opportunity for the Bloods to go through the corridor. Kite just bangs a long ball to home, and it was ill-directed and really didn't give any of his forwards any chance, and Carson sees it through for a minor score.
Well, speaking of X factors, Kite's one of those, and that was pretty poor decision there. He had time and space, just needed to set it up in front of Carter, but went the long option and brought the defender into the play.
And when Carter picked himself up, that was his first thing. What about?
Well, it's either turn on the afterburners and go for home, or hit up your big forward and at the full forward position. East Point with it inside defensive 50. Looking to come towards the broadcast side. Played 14 and a half minutes. Long kick is in the direction of Walsh. Won't quite get there.
That's
Heaney
a good grab.
takes the mark into the side this week for Luke Heaney. And on the left foot, sends a high footy inside 50. Looking for a big mark. And
big
from
JJ, was it?
Matty Johnson getting back there with a big fist and seeing it out of play. We've got a ball in. About 25 metres out from goal, also attacking end of the ground for Melton, kicking towards the Pleasant Street end.
If we take up a collection and get a bottle of peroxide for one of them so we can tell the difference between them?
Both. Well, it was handy when MJ came back with the helmet, made life a lot easier.
Yeah.
What an opportunity for the youngster. Heaney in today. McMahon, the other youngster, missing out after a heavy knock last week. There's the throw in. The Bloods in attack here. Out of nowhere, Campbell tries to manufacture a shot on goal that's smothered in traffic. Ball spills free off hands. Nesta wanting to play on away, but the boundary umpire's whistle came first. And there'll be a throw in 40 metres out from the Bloods goal. If they're pressing here, they trail by 30. They need a goal. Nearing 16 minutes gone.
One down towards Griffiths. Right foot snaps. Bending back. And stayed alive remarkably. Off the feet maybe. And now Jones can clear for East Point. Johnston, strong, and paid the mark.
Ooh.
Had enough bite of the cherry, and a bit of push and shove continues.
The youngster getting in on the act there, Heaney, just letting Johnson know that he's not going to be taking anything.
Opportunity here for McQueen on centre wing. Running kick down the line's good. Van Meel, full stretch, takes the mark. Looking long. Whittaker's the deepest of forwards. That's where the kick sort of goes. Doesn't quite get there. McIntyre involved. Got a crucial hand in there. Picked up by Taylor. Clever squaring ball. All by himself at centre half forward is Simmons. Just got to assess his options, take his time. Decides to go all the way from 48 with a long ball. Brown in the square. Hacks it out mid-air. And it's a goal to the Kangas here at the City Oval. 6 goals, 7-43 to East Point move to Melton. 1-1-7 here. Convincingly trailing at the City Oval.
Excellent vision there from Taylor to see Simmons all on his own at the top of the attacking 50 there for East. So through traffic, manufactured a kick in Simmons' direction, had plenty of time and space. His long kick to the goal mouth, and Brown did the finishing off. 6
goals, 6 different goal kickers. Lovick, Whittaker, McQueen, Johnston, Simmons, and now Brown all on the board.
2 goals against the Breeze.
Another X-Factor player we speak of there in Brown having an influence.
You're talking about X-Factor players, Todd. I don't think at this stage Melton have got any. In fact, they're closest they've got is WXYZ players.
Well, that was a good play. They got a free kick at the middle. Short
Yep.
ball to Denham, who lowers the eyes, hits Carter on the chest inside 50. Their only goal kick of the afternoon.
Well, it's very rarely that Denham doesn't use the ball to full advantage.
And he's goaled only, well, it's probably about 10 minutes ago now from this exact spot, did
Yep.
Liam Carter. So to get the instant response and to pretty much keep his side alive here as we head into time on just about in the second term. Carter comes in, kick is on its way, starts it right, Breeze does the rest. It's as easy as that. He's second of the day. Melton get the response. 2-1, 13 trails, 6 goals, 7:43 here at the City Oval.
And you were saying a little bit before Todd, while we're waiting for the ball to come back to centre, about young Heaney letting people know, chip off his old block. His old man's a blue uniform.
Comes from good stocks.
Yes.
Dad.
Yeah, and his old man was coach of the senior side for a while.
Yes, back in a while.
Yeah, prominent Melton family name, the
Yep.
Heaney name. We're in the middle of the ground here. Melton needing some scoreboard pressure. They're back within 30 after that immediate response through Carter, who kicked
Another
his
one
second goal.
going
Free
to
kick's going to come
Benny
back. It's going to
Archer,
go
is it?
to Melton.
Archer, yep.
Archer with ball in hand. Can send the ball long. That's what they need to do.
Need to do it.
Archer does it. Goes in the all direction. He's got Martin to beat. Good use of the body. Couldn't gather. Well done there by Carter.
Walker.
Got it to Hickey. Shot on goal. 2 in a minute for the Bloods. They get within 24. They're 3-1-19, Melton. They trail East Point 6-7-43. That's the game we came to see, Sammy.
Well, that's the Melton side that we sort of have known to love to watch over the last couple of years. Get the ball in there, and they've got these plenty of Fleetwood players inside 50 that can make the most of opportunities. And on this occasion was Jacob Hickey's opportunity to step up and goal pretty nicely and smartly from the pocket.
Just the scoreboard pressure Aaron Timms will be looking for going into half-time. They're certainly going to go in with a deficit, but just proving that they can score, that's important.
Yep. Archer trying to
Again,
keep the momentum going. Denham unable to gather the footy. He's moved to half forwards, made it a little bit interesting as well in this later stage of the term. Walker sliding in, couldn't quite gather. Opportunity there on the bottom of the pack for East Point is wrapped up immediately. It's Van Meal, the man off the bottom of a few players who'll do the ruck duties against Benny Archer here on centre wing. High ball, dark clouds now surrounding the City Oval. Hacked forward by Griffiths and trying to go mid-air was Hickey. Van Meal picks it up. Walker cuts things off. Kick over the top. Campbell's got it back by himself. Was ill-directed in his direction. Walker got down low. Almost gathered the footy. Hacked forward by Griffiths. Campbell's
That's
continuing to
good
run
play.
inside 50. Johnson will corral him now. In the pocket is Sean Campbell. Trying to get away. Handball on the ground was hacked off the deck there by Taylor. All gets in there and just slaps it straight towards the boundary line and wrestles momentum continuing for the Bloods here. Ticking the time on. 43-19 here. Live at the City Oval on BFL Game with around 979 FM and simulcasting this afternoon 98.5 Apple FM. And here's Todd Whelan that gets back underway inside 50.
Boundary throw in. Tap one by Orr. Didn't get enough purchase on it. Martin did his own roving, but ball spilled free. Found Walker for the Bloods inside 50. Here's a chance at ground level if they can be clean enough. Running over the football there was Murphy. Ball at ground level. It was Jones, in fact. The Bloods wanting holding the ball. The central umpire said no. Intensity's gone up a bit here at City Oval as Melton press ahead of half-time. They trail by 24 points, but they've had their best 5 or 6 minutes of the game.
In a little bit of purple patch here at the moment. Or trying to take it out of the ruck, couldn't quite do so. Getting boot to ball there was Ma. Denham off towards Hickey. Steps around a whoopie tackler. Walker, right foot snap is near side. Minor score. Bloods move to 3 goals to 20 here. To East Point, 6 goals, 7:43 on BFL Game of the Round on 979 FM. This afternoon.
that would have started to ask a few questions of East Point if they were able to go there. That would have been Melton's third in about 5 minutes as they press here under grey skies. No rain really to speak of here at the moment. Excellent ground service here at City Oval as Tongue brings the ball back into play. Beautiful exponent of the drop punt. Left foot kick gets beyond the defensive 50. Here comes Melton once again. East Point, though, turn the footy over. They've got ball in hand. They get the ball towards half back, but only as far as Archer, who's wanting a 50-metre penalty. The umpire said no. And Archer, attacking side of centre wing, outer side of the ground, will send the Bloods into attack. Keeps this one low. It's a poor kick. Cut off there by Return Moronis. Will get East Point out of trouble.
He looks down the line, but his kick was either directed too. Cutting across that one nicely was Brock Wells sliding in on his knees. He wants to send the Bloods inside 50 with a high ball. McQueen attacked it. Ball got at the back. Kite stayed down. Coming through there was Tongue. He's wrapped up immediately, and we will get a ball up 25 metres out from goal. It's a 23-point margin here at the City Oval. Kangas lead it, but they're getting a question asked to him now. And now the ruck goes Marco with the outside the boots. Is across the face. Minus score. 3 goals, 3-21. Trails 6-7, 43 here. And Tongue will get the Kangas back underway from the full-back position. Barry Agg.
Are they the 2 bullets that Melton dodged before that Pointers just dodged?
Yeah, call it even with missed opportunity as Tongue brings the ball back into play. Goes defensive side, outer side of the ground, beyond the defensive 50s. He so often does for Kangas. Hurried kick out of the congestion there from Archard. Only as far as Murphy, who marks about 35 metres out from the Melton goal. Concedes some ground with a kick back to the defensive goal square. Brown, who's at bookends of his previous possession, goes short, kicks okay, finds Baird.
Unbelievable.
Quite happy just to hang on to the footy at the moment. Just take some time off the clock. A couple of drops of rain around. As speaking of around, Baird just ran around Campbell and went long with a right foot kick beyond the defensive 50. Ball comes back though. Bloods have got weight of numbers. Chance here for Stevens. Standing start. High tumbling kick. Will be paid a mark if it was to be marked, but Martin did the defensive thing for the Kangas. They've been pretty good defensively today, the Kangas. They can normally get a bit ahead of themselves, but they've had good numbers behind the ball, and they're going to go in half-time with a deserved lead. 24 minutes gone, second term. Each point lead by 22 points.
Back underway. Carter reached over the top, just slapped it to the forefront. Opportunity on the bottom of the pack here, maybe for Walker. Now Campbell involved, and Steve in the end. The umpire says, give it to me in the right forward pocket for the Bloods. About 30 metres out from goal. Trailed by 22 points here at the City Oval. One more goal here before halftime makes it really interesting going into the main break. And we're back underway. Martin slaps it forward, but to no one in particular. And another stoppage inside defensive 50. One thing we know about both these sides, Melton very capable of chasing down any lead in the Ballarat Football Netball League, and East Point have had their issues holding on to them. So a fascinating battle building here at the City Oval.
3 goals to 2 in this second term in favour of the Bloods. Chance here for Carson. He's dispossessed. The Bloods wanting a free kick, but cleared away in the end there by Nesta. Got it beyond half-back. Right foot kick here from East Point. Gets towards the outer side open centre wing. Attacking it well there was Crofts. Nesta kept running. Got involved in the play once again. Then bailed up by Walker. Taken to the ground. But with strength, the Bloods, they crash through. Numbers favour East Point here. Inside their defensive 50. Martin was taken to ground. The umpire called play on as Brown ran away. Put the ball onto the right boot to an open half-forward line. Excellent use of the body there from Geordie Johnson. Walker corrals him.
Yeah.
Walker Johnson wanting a free kick. It's going to go against Johnston. Yep. As the rain starts to go horizontal here at City Oval just ahead of half-time. 26 minutes gone. East Point lead by 22 points.
And Walker looks to square one up in towards the centre, finds Griffiths, who from centre half back goes across the ground.
But to no one.
To no one in particular. A bit of a foot race for Jack Walker. Needs some support. The cavalry arrives. Ball continuing to move forward for the Bloods. Was picked up by Simmons. High ball going forward. Might just not go the required journey. Slapped by Bilney cleverly on. Opportunity still by Bilney to continue the run. Then pounded a long ball inside 50. Opportunity deep inside 50 for Johnston. Try to keep it in play. It stays in play. Favours the Bloods. And Hickey fumbles on the goal line. Bit of a mistake as they were just about to exit defensive 50. And it's a rush behind. 6 goals, 8-44 leads. 3-3-21. Remarkably, sun is shining, bit of rain is falling. It's a typical Ballarat spring day.
Sun's shining, it's a little bit more than a bit of rain.
The heart rate goes up for any opposition when those Johnstons go near the footy inside their 50. Walker to bring the ball back into play. High right foot kick straight down the middle. McIntyre is the direction. Spoiled there by Martin was good. Chance here for Ratomaronis. Had his hand pass intercepted by Brockwell. He knocked it further afield to Campbell. He got the ball to the outer side centre wing. The numbers I speak of behind the ball with East Point prevail. Right foot kicks an ordinary one there at that, but Brown got a favourable bounce. Right foot kick with the outside of the right boot. Found Loving on true half forward. Clever kick across the body. Oh, wow. Simmons dropped what he should have taken. Had time to pick it up. Butter on his preferred left across the body. He's got East Point's 7th goal just ahead of half time. And that's the breathing space Coach Jake Bridges would be wanting, Sammy.
Yeah, it's a big goal in the spectrum in this match. And Daniel Simmons is playing one hell of a half of footy here at the City Oval. He's just been finding too much space and he's just too dangerous inside 50. If he gets a look at the goal face, he doesn't miss. He's a dead eye.
I think even against the wind so far, it's a pointer's quarter, is it not?
Yeah, the 3-3 to 3-2 in this term, I think I've got here on my score sheet. And it just shows that the Kangaroos are just so damaging when they go forward and a lot more potent with their use in the attacking half. Back underway here. The Bloods need to get one before half-time, you think. Off the deck goes Bilney towards half forward. Opportunity for Whittaker to come out to meet him. McIntyre just got rid of him with ease. With the hand pass off. Carter, left foot kick down the line. Bilney's best position. He marks on his chest.
And come to play today, East Point. They're all over Melton, really. Bar that 7 or 8 minutes earlier in this term, East Point have had the upper hand.
Bilney, high thumping kick, wobbles inside 50, be a tough one to mark, off hands it goes, just kick forward, a little bit further afield, Walker picks things up, off to a teammate Darren Hickey, and he comes out on the exit towards the broadcast site, and it's good use, Kite should mark on the second bite of the cherry, so centre wing with the captain and Kite, high footy to a 2-on-1, going to be tough for Carter, got himself to the forefront, but the numbers prevail, Carson got a hand in there and sees it out of play, we'll get a ball in 20.5 minutes. Gone.
And Brown behind the footy too, Sammy, lending that back six some assistance.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Carter nearly lost his footing again. I think it's been have a lot of questions.
Think about 5 or 6 players that for the Bloods who have fallen over the crucial moment.
Boundary throw in, 28.5 minutes gone, second term. The Bloods into attack. Campbell overran the football. Martin over the ball, applies the tackle. The umpire will come in and effect a ball up. No free kick there. Of course, Stevens going to ground there, wanting a push or high. Umpire says, I'll ball it up. Opportunity here for Walker. He tackled by 2 East Point. Plays too high, said the umpire. There'll be a shot on goal here. Just what the Bloods needed to keep them within reach at half-time. 29 minutes gone. East Point 7-7-49. Lead Melton 3-3-21. And it's going to be Daniel Walker with a shot on goal. Donning the long sleeves this afternoon. Very important kick in the context of this game. Can get the Bloods back within 22, and they'll back themselves in to make a good account of themselves in the second half if we can post a major right here.
He's not a noble goal kicker too, Daniel Walker. Only 10 goals in senior footy over a 5 or 6 year career.
You or I could kick this one, Sammy.
No kick more important than this one for Walker. Shot on goal. Leans back. Casual address. Bending back. Goal umpire likes it. The Bloods like it. Just what they needed before the halftime siren. 30 minutes gone, second term. Bloods hanging in. 4-3-27. Trail East Point 7-7-49. Second semi-final action here on 979 FM and Apple 98.5 FM, Barry Ag.
Melton 4 goals. 3 of them kicked by Walker and 1 goal assist by Walker.
Yeah, I've got 1 to Walker and 2 to Carr, 1 to Hickey, but okay.
Sorry. Carter, sorry. Yes.
They're in fairness to Barry Ag, I mean, there's 2 Hickeys, there's a couple of Walkers, there's 4 Walkers and 2 Carters and a couple of Kites. It's a nice family affair down the brotherhood of the Bloodland. 30.5 minutes gone, 49, 27, 22 point margin here on BFL Game of the Round, and we're back underway. Archer got the hand on this one on the first occasion. Coming in there was Bilney once again, starting to build in the midfield. Opportunity for Van Meel. Sweeps out a hand pass to the other side. Off the deck goes Lovic. Out towards the boundary line, out towards Simmons. Kite with him. Geordie Kite fumbles the ball in the direction there of Griffiths. Ball still moving for the Blood. Big tackle applied by Cam Lovic. Umpire circles and says, give it to me, I will ball things up. About 65 metres out from goal. Defensive side of centre wing on for the Bloods.
Enjoy the sun while you can. It's out here momentarily here at City Oval. You'd think just the Oz kickers will enjoy the best part of the conditions here this afternoon if there happen to be something of that nature on an half-time, because the half-time siren's not far away here. 31.5 minutes gone. There'll be a ball up out of side centre wing. East Point 7-7-49. Lead Melton 4-3-27. After East Point led by 27 points at quarter time, they now lead by 22. There's the ball up. Archer knocked the ball to ground level. Bit of a stacks on the mill here. Scrum of sorts. The umpire, central umpire, will come in and effect a repeat stoppage. Ball up, out of side centre wing. Sun streaming down here at City Oval, Barry.
Hesitant to rely on my memory in the end, but I think, what have we got, 7 goals this quarter?
Yep.
So, yeah. So probably another couple of minutes to go.
Back underway here, Rotoma owners, handball defensive side, only to bed, stolen here by the Bloods who go towards half forward. Martin, the 2 number 15s in front of Walker, comes across with 2 hands and palms out of play.
So you can see Brown playing the loose behind the ball there for East Point.
Which is a very different role. I haven't seen him play much senior footy yet, so he's acquitting himself nicely there. Back underway, neither ruckman touch it. Opportunity for Stevens. Bilney got him. Umpire says, you drop the ball, holding the ball. Free kick will go the way of Taylor. And by hand, he finds a man. Over top towards Billy Jones to Nesta. High footy, but the siren's going to beat McQueen and beat East Point going forward here. It's half-time on BFL Game of the Round on 979 FM and simulcasting 9.5 Apple FM. Bit of push and shove on the outer side, which has been niggling throughout the whole game, but we've got goals for East Point, 2 to 7 singles to Johnston, McQueen, Whittaker, Lovick and Brown, whilst for the Bloods, 2 to Carter, 1 to Walker and 1 to Hickey. As looks like all that scuffle has broken up nicely. And Todd Whelan, your thoughts on an opening half of footy here at the City Oval?
Well, the scoreboard tells the story. I think 22-point lead to the minor premiers. East Point is about a fair result. We spoke about the X factors from East Point all having an influence, albeit Brown going behind the ball for the latter part of that second term. But in the first quarter and a bit, he was very dangerous forward. McQueen looks dangerous, so too to the Johnstons. But on the flip side, outside of Stevens and Archard and occasionally the Walker brothers, Melton are lacking some X factor. They really need someone to stand up and go with Dyson Stevens and take this game on and give themselves every chance. They don't look like they're playing like a side that have the chance of going into a grand final. They need to rebound. Their best footy's still ahead of them. They're not too far out of the game here. If they can hold out East Point, they can break even in the third term. They'll give themselves half a chance.
Slight alteration to the scoreboard. Looks like it's been moved to 4-4-28. The Bloods, instead of the Kangaroos, 7 goals, 8-50. Barry Ag, just your final thoughts before we take a break here.
I was probably just a tad disappointed with Todd's remarks here. I thought Van Mills has played an excellent game for the Pointers today against quality ruckman.
Yeah, I didn't say he was poor, Barry.
No, but I thought he was well and truly within the best players for the Pointers.
Yeah, they've played their percentages well. They've adapted to the slippery conditions. Martin's been good behind the ball, the big man.
Thank you very much, Jason. Well, from running for the second half here, and East Point are going to get things going forward with a Simmons kick to the half-forward line. Brown outsmade it, couldn't quite get it. Crofts will be the first one in the defence here for the Bloods. Boundary line's his friend. Brown work his way to the front, wrapped up in the tackle. Ball spills free. Clever knock on there by Johnston. Got boot to ball with many. Winner the Geordie. Johnston's kick to the hot spot and attacking at full velocity is McQueen. He takes the mark. The perfect start might be coming up here for the Kangas in the start of the second term here, Todd Whelan.
Yeah, the X factors we spoke about in the first half. Brown, Johnston and McQueen all combining here. Shot on goal imminent from McQueen.
And it really hurts any form of momentum the Bloods were trying to build back in the latter stages of the first half. And McQueen, who's kicked one for the afternoon, should have no worries with his second here from about 35 on a slightish angle. Right-hand goalpost, Breeze will do the rest. McQueen starts his approach from 40, kicks on his way, and he started at the wrong post, ladies and gentlemen, and they continue to fade across the face for a minor score. One behind to East Point to kick things off here. 7 goals, 9-51 leads, 4-4-28. Barry Ag.
I was just wondering where Smithy was, because I was just going to say, have you ever seen such an exaggerated thing from a goal umpire?
Bit of rain to speak of to get this second half underway. Melton would be hoping to contain East Point in this third term to give themselves some hope in the final term. The Bloods trail by 23 points. They waste no time. Coming out of defence, Walker with the long kick beyond the defensive 50. Martin plays the percentages, thumps the ball over the line for a boundary throw-in. Members side of the ground, grandstand side, whichever you fancy. Half forward here for East Point. 60 metres out from their goal. They kick with the breeze in this opening this third term. Throw in. Archer at the back. Ball goes through his hands. Johnston went the soccer. Missed it. Chance here for Nesta. Gathers. High. Left foot kick to the top of the square. Johnson couldn't take the mark. Kept his feet through traffic. Hand pass over to brother Matty. Flying shot at the goals. Misses off to the left. Let off for the Bloods. Each point pressing in the rain under dark clouds here at City Oval.
2 let-offs, but that's fortunate for Sammy because I thought if he had a kick to goal now, I was ready to pack up and go home, mate.
I'd have to check the train timetables to get myself home there, Barry.
No, you come with me.
Oh.
We're going to leave Sammy here by himself. See you tomorrow.
And as per usual, steadying the ship on 979 in that department anyway. Opportunity here for Walker to bring the ball out of defence. Comes towards the broadcast side. High ball, 1-on-1. Aussie intended target. Couldn't take the mark in the wet stuff. Ball to deck. Taylor, who's played a fine game, got a hand across. Or continued the battle there with Nesta. Ball fell inside 50 and just went out of play. 7 goals, 10-52. Leads 4-4-28 here at the City Oval. 3 minutes gone in the third term.
It's one thing about Markle. You can always rely on his second, third, fourth and fifth efforts.
They'll continue the battle here. Archer in the ruck with Van Meel, and Archer gets a hand on it first. Tries to follow it up and couldn't quite gather the footy. Now he does and is wrapped up immediately by Matt Johnston, who's been amongst the better players once again this afternoon. Off and running again inside 50. Van Meel over the top to Johnston, the man I speak of. Flying shot towards the goal face. Whittaker works his way to the front. Big fist there from Carter. Sees the ball out of play. We'll get a ball inside 50 here. East Point leading by 24 points on the City Oval in the second semi-final.
Boundary throw to take place. East Point in attack. About 15 metres around from their goal. There's the boundary throw in. Shallow one at that. Lands in front of the ruckman. Chance here for Baird. Could have been held without it. The umpire said agreed in the end, and Baird will go back and have a shot on goal here. And do their best to get some bang for buck here for these forward 50 entries early here, East Point.
We put a little bit of mayo on it there, Jesse, but it was there. It was there. Free kick every day of the week.
7:10:52 as rain falls here on City Oval. Melton 4-4-28. 22-point lead at half-time has been extended to 24. 4 minutes gone, second term. Baird with the approach. Will kick from 40. Kicks on its way. Misses off to the left. Another let-off for the Bloods. Minus score for the Kangas. They extend their lead, albeit by the solitary behind. There are 7:11:53. 25-point ball game. They lead Melton 4-4-28. 4.5 minutes gone in this third term.
Am I the only one that noticed Sean Campbell did a handstand?
So I was just going to ask you, did you think Campbell's handstand had any shot on it?
I mean,
influence on the goal?
We've seen various versions of trying to put people off. That was one of the more unique ones in the Ballarat Footy League from Sean Campbell, and it worked.
Well, we think it worked, but...
Hickey will come down the line looking for Orr from... Ball falls at the back. An opportunity here for Brown. Handball sweeps inside towards Lovic, but he couldn't quite gather in the wet stuff. Orr gets down low, flicks off to Campbell. High ball out of the defensive position, but a mark taken there by Bilney on centre wing on the broadcast side. Bilney plays on, pounds a long ball inside 50, looking for a high flyer. Off hands off Whittaker. Sliding in was Walker, which is dangerous, but wrapped up there by Johnston. Umpire circles and says, no prior opportunity in the wet conditions, so I'll ball things up. About 35 metres out from goal, also attacking side of the ground in the left forward pocket region for East Point. Well, Archer went early. Van Meel got the hand down straight away to Hickey, though. Pounds the kick out of the defence there was Heaney. Orr and Martin both elect the fist. Out the back, Baird goes to McQueen. Side to side, looks at the back, where he's got Brown as support. Left foot kick down the line. Does it fall in the field of play? No, it does not. Out on the full free kick will go the way of the Bloods and in the way of Dyson Stevens of halfback.
Grand final appearance awaits the winner. Preliminary final football next week for the loser. Ball in hand here. Daniel Walker just inside the boundary line. McQueen stands the mark. Goes short with a 45 kick. Lucky. Found Jack Walker on halfback. A mile away from home, the Bloods. They trail by 25 points.
Still no options. Move for him.
Elects to go high and long down the line, or the target. Coming in front there was Carter. Couldn't grab it on the second grab. Stolen out of his hands by Stevens. Hurried left foot kick. Went in the direction of Hickey. Went the thump over the head looking towards Kite. Bailed up there. Chance here for Campbell across the body. Kick against the runner play. He might have put through the goal of the day, Campbell. He's got it. Melton have got their fifth. And they close. They're 5-4-34 Melton. They trail East Point 7-11-53.
Great call there, Todd Whelan and Sean Campbell getting the business done around the goal face and Beautiful snap around the body, and after 3 real gettable opportunities for the Kangas, 1 sniff, 1 forward entry, and a goal.
And he's one of the players that Melton will need to lift in the second half. And he started well. He was very important in the second half revival last week in the win over Sunbury.
And the guy that gave him the goal and assist, good to see him into it too. Kitey.
Back underway here. Van Meel goes early, gets a fingertip on it. Johnson just hacks it towards half forward. McQueen did well to get rid of his opponent legally and see the ball at the back. Ducks through the tackle. Brockwell, the sidestep was superb. Jakey McQueen from 50 with a long, unearthing bomb. That is all the way home. Talk about your own goal today. Jacob McQueen goes bang. An instant response from the Kangaroos here. 8 goals, 11.59 they move to Melton.mp4 34.
Yeah, excellent call there, Sammy Young. Don't forget, tomorrow all the action goes to Windaree Reserve. We'll be bringing you all the live action on 979 FM and Apple 98.5 FM. It's the first semi-final between Sebastopol and Redan. Preliminary final for the winner and excellent for the loser. Double chance still in play here for these two sides this afternoon. Loser to the prelim, winner to the grand final. Ball up, tap one by Archard. Knocked it to his feet. No crummers there for the Bloods. Socket off the ground by Van Meel. Got the ball to half forward. Simmons went to soccer, missed it. Stevens went off the ground. Okay, got the ball beyond the centre circle. Kite's bailed up by Murphy. Done a good job on Kite today. Loose ball get here. Opportunity here for Lovig over the footy. Taken to the ground by by Kite. Over the shoulder, said the umpire. Free kick to Lovig. Members side centre wing.
Plays on immediately and sends a long ball inside 50. Looking for the flyer and Johnston. Ball hits the deck. Coming through there was Bilney. Bust through not 1 but 2 tackles. Bilney from 48. Wheels around. Right foot kick on goal is across the face and scrapes through for a minor score. 8 goals, 12.
Well, outside of that Campbell goal on that forward 50 entry by the Bloods, it's been all East Point in this third term. Nearing 9 minutes gone.
9 minutes into the third term, still within striking range though for the Bloods, but they'd like to wrestle back some ascendancy and momentum in the game, put their own stamp on and authority on this one. Walker from fullback, looking towards the defensive outer side, plays on, high footy, looking for the man I think was Campbell. Couldn't quite find the mark. Baird not paid the mark. Umpire waves play on off plenty of hands. Johnson trying to get through. Stevens run him down with a great tackle. Ball trickles out inside 50. Quick kick coming from the Kangaroos forward. Numbers at the back here in Carter. Got a fist in there for the Bloods. Ball still alive. Picking up the footy going without. Maybe it was Johnston. Umpire waves play on in the right forward pocket about 35 metres out from goal. And eventually, umpire knew. He says, give it to me, I'll throw things up.
Yeah, good bit of umpiring there. Let it go. McQueen could have got a push. Darlenberg wanting one in that previous bit of play there, but umpire letting it go. Plenty of players around the football. East in attack. Archard won the tap, ball at ground level here. Quick snap out of the congestion was okay there from East. Across the face of goal, dribbling ball over the line. There'll be a boundary throw in 8 metres around from the East Point goal. They lead by 26 points. 20 scoring shots to 9 tells the story of the afternoon. It's East Point with the advantage.
We'll get a ball in the field of play, in the hot spot region. Whittaker took front position. McQueen trying to extract. Denham couldn't quite get boot to ball. Diving in there was Archard, as well as Simmons. Ball bouncing between a lot of players there. Hacked off the deck by the Kangas towards the goal face. Getting back is Ben Archard, unable to mark. Wanted some protection, didn't get it. Brown got a right foot, snapped the ball. Remarkably, with the foot skills keeping the play, there was Carter with a soccer style stop on the line. Kept the going through for a goal. In the end, it's rushed through for a minor score. 8 goals, 13-61, leads 5-4-34, and the Bloods move quickly towards half-back and towards Benny Arch on the broadcast side.
Just inside the defensive 50 for the Bloods. Archard weighs up the options. None presenting at the moment, so he concedes with a 45 kick to the top of the defensive goal square. Walker dropped the mark. Chest mark at that chance here for a run. Nesta off the ground. Clever goal. Wow, that is a coach killer if ever I've seen one. Second semi-final is favouring East Point as they kick away something out of nothing there for the reigning premiers. They're 9-13-67. They've kicked away from the Bloods, who are 4-4-28.
Yes.
5-4-34, sorry.
Just a reminder to our listeners, we're broadcasting from 2 o'clock tomorrow.
Yes.
And having said that, we'll see you that time tomorrow, mate. We're on our way home.
Yeah, that one really is going to hurt any chance of any revival for the Bloods back in this one.
Hard to see, isn't it?
Neither Ruckman touch it. Coming through there nicely was Marr. Gave it off to a teammate, and East Point go towards the half-forward region. Arriving late was McQueen. Ball brought to ground. Picked up there by Geordie Kite. Left foot snap clears defensive 50. Big hit and shoulder there by Campbell, but at the back the numbers with Baird. Here on our real estate, we'll get a ball in virtually opposite from our broadcast side. Our broadcast position on the outer side of the ground in between the two coaches' boxes.
Yeah, the support with numbers have favoured East. Their work rate has been far superior than the Bloods. There's the throw in. Outer side centre wing. Give that tap to Archer. Van Meel's been right on his hammer. Left foot kick out of the congestion was okay from his point. Got it inside 50. Gathered by Johnson. Hand pass to Bilney. Got on the preferred right. And then decided to go lateral with the hand pass. It was a slow, weighted hand pass. Put Lovig under the pump. Tackle taken on the ground. The umpire says, I'll have it. And there'll be a ball up directly in front of the East Point goal. Some 40 metres out. 12 and a half minutes gone, third term. East Point lead by 33.
Double-handed knockdown by Whittaker, only as far as Heaney,
well done,
though.
McQueen.
His left foot kick was smothered. Opportunity for Brown. Left foot snap around the body. Hits the post. Minus score. 9 goals, 14-68 now. Melton, 5-4-34. 5 goals. The margin here is a short kick there by Walker. Finds Denham. Measured left foot kick down the line. Off hands. Still maybe a chance for the Kangas to go forward. Diving in there was Hickey. And it's towards the boundary line it goes. And now play 68-34 here at the City Oval. 13 minutes gone, third term. BFL game of the round, 979 FM. Simulcasting and 9.5 Apple FM. All finals long. And we're back underway. Hanging the ruck there by Archer. His kick was off the instep and only dribbled 15 metres or so. Jones, who hasn't been his industrious best, but he uses the ball so well when he gets it. Goes short and finds Taylor, who's been a great inclusion this week. Geordie Taylor with the footy. Inside 50. Looking for McQueen. At the back, Johnston. Read the flight zone better. He marks inside 50. This is Geordie Johnston tucked up against the right foot pocket about 45 metres out. He'll shoot at his first major of the afternoon. And
therein lies the difference between the two sides. While he's gone back, there's been 4 leads presented to him, all of them ignored, but that's nothing that's happening with Melton.
Become their 8th individual goal kick of the day. Comes in, gets really close to the man, the mark. The kick's not going to make the distance, falls across the face of goal. Carter elects to keep the ball in the field of play, tries to scramble, kick out the fence, doesn't quite work out. Opportunity for Denham coming through with the hand pass is good. Off towards back to Davis, who coughed up immediately to Tudman, outside 50, sends it to the hot spot. Getting back was Orr, unable to mark. Hickey able to clear defence. Left foot kick would have Heaney, and the blood should be out on the outer side.
Clean bowled Heaney, but he's got time to run onto it, then ran over it again. Chance here for Simmons on the rebound. East Point. Ball falls into the hands of McQueen. Goes back onto the left side. Corralled there by Kite. Ball falls free. Close up against the boundary line. Chance here for might be Hickey, the runner there. It's in the defensive goal square. Can go short. Down the middle. Needs to be a good kick. Clean bowled Carter, who fell over. Ball got to half back. On ground level is Campbell. Hand pass found Carter. He hand passed the ball further afield to the member side centre wing. Stevens just gathered it and threw the ball onto the boot. Tumbling kick. Foot race on in earnest. Chance here for Carter to run onto the football. Hot to trot coming in. Off half back there was Walsh. Ball fell free. Got into the hands of Kite. Kick into the goal square. And the mark's being taken there by Walker. Daniel Walker in the goal square for Melton. I thought Walsh was a little unlucky not to get a free kick there for the Kangas.
Yeah, line ball call there for the umpire. But 2 entries in this second half and now 2 goals for the Bloods. Walker kicks his second. And it just shows that the Bloods just won't go away in this one, boys. Even though East Point had all the run of the play all afternoon, the Bloods just continue to stay within striking distance as we approach 15 and a half minutes in the third term.
And I was going to say, would that, for mine, probably the best passage of play all day from the Bloods?
Well, first time they really transitioned the footy from the full back position. There's all that chance the Crofts took down the middle. It worked out very nicely for Melton. They moved to 6 goals for 40, trailing East Point 9-14-68. 28 points the margin. We're back underway.
Or into the ruck. His tap only went as far as Matty Johnson. Threw the ball onto boot. Inside 50 here over the back. Here's an opportunity for Geordie Johnson. It sits up for him. It's nearly there. Did he get ball to boot? He thought so, but the umpire said no, rush behind.
Yeah, well, good umpiring there on the goal line saying it crossed over and a little reprieve for the Bloods in defensive 50. Opportunity in the full-back position. Riley Walker trying to go down the middle. Kick's got to be perfect. And Hickey let it slip through the fingertips. Opportunity here for McQueen. Retirement owners. Over the top. Hospital sort of hand pass. Crofts to Carter. Coughed it up. Clearing kick by Walker of the Lockie variety. bouncing between a few players in there, picked up by Hibbert. He's handballs to Mark Orr. He just pounds it in towards the centre of the City Oval. Out the back it goes. Diving in there is Baird now. His fumble was crucial. Opportunity for Liam Carter. Left foot kick, just a vacant space in the half-forward region. It's a foot race. Benny Archer, the big fella, gets down low. Made a contest of it. Heaney's hand pass was smothered. And in the end, Tongue is able to emerge with it. Long kick down the line towards Whittaker. It's over his head. It's taken away here by Walker to McIntyre. Short ball. Needs to be precise, and it is, and a mark's taken there by the Bloods.
Out of side centre wing, Heaney will go short by the left. Awkward style, but effective nonetheless. Ball falls into the hands of, might have been Stevens there. Long right foot kick to the attacking 50 is Errant. Reading it well there was Walsh. Marks on the attacking well. Defensive 50 for East Point. Switches play to the grandstand side of the ground. Kicks to an open half-back line. Kicks okay. Went looking towards Brown. Couldn't gather. Ball spills free over the line. Boundary throw-in. True centre wing members side or grandstand side of the ground. East Point lead by 29 points here after leading by 22 at half-time. Near 18 minutes gone third term. 9:15 plays 6-4. The minor premiers in front here at City Oval.
And Orr in the ruck. Wins this one down. Coming through there was Joel Maher, who's wrapped up immediately. And we're going to ball up pretty much true centre wing in front of the broadcast side here. Back underway. Orr down to Davis. Hacked it out of the mid-air. Campbell in front. Didn't quite gather. Falling over with the hand pass towards Walker. Ducked ahead and try to get away. Got to be contact. Umpire says no. And we'll get a stoppage.
Melton fans not liking that. Walker a little slow getting to his feet right in front of the Melton faithful.
You just feel them grasping some momentum as Orr down to Davis. Left foot torpedo punt. Stevens in front. Dropped the mark. He probably should have taken. Went back with the second effort. Was cleaned up off the deck. Clearing ball there by Dallenberg. Walsh didn't quite gather. Awkwardly attacked it. Opportunity maybe now for the Bloods. Smothered kick by Walker to Brown, whose handball was too up for Johnston. Underground hand pass trying to find a teammate in Bilney. He just slapped to the advantage of Murphy and he clears out towards the other side. Johnston in front. Just kept the momentum going. McQueen tried to do the same. Crofts gets across for the Bloods. Didn't find a teammate. Well picked up by Brown with strength. Now McQueen. Right foot snap around the body. Opportunity for maybe Nestor in the right foot pocket. It's going to run out of real estate.
This be a free kick down the ground.
Yeah, free kick the way of East Point from a late hit from the contest a little bit before. Opportunity for the Kangas. They lead by 29 points here. Tucked it against the right forward pocket. Opportunity to hit the score once again. Taylor measures the kick to the leader. Johnston, who dropped at the last moment. Still a chance for East Point. Hacked out mid-air there by Taylor. Keeps the ball moving. Johnston's got it all to do. Wrapped up by a couple of players. Diving there was McIntyre. Locks things up about 38 metres out from goal or so. As we tick into the time on in the third term. The Bloods just hanging on, Todd Whelan.
Into diagonal rain, hitting the ground here at City Oval as East Point press with the breeze in this third term. Chance here for Kite, long way away from home. The umpire's picked out a free kick here. It's going to go Melton's way, I think. 9:15:69 East Point lead Melton 6-4-40. Near 20 minutes gone, third term. It's going to be Walker with ball in hand. A rare difference with this exit kick. It won't be from the last line. Gets towards half back. Kicks okay. McIntyre wanted the free. Umpire called play on. Carter's kick went about 15 metres for his side. Up against the boundary line. Chance here for Campbell. Fell over, went to ground. Ball spills free. All players run out of space and time. Boundary throwing to take place out of side centre wing. Rain tumbling down here at City Oval. Not heavy, but nonetheless having an influence.
It'll be Van Meel and Orr to do battle. Off the noggin there, Van Meel. Umpire picks out a free kick, though. It's going to go the way of the Bloods for pushing the ruck and the way of Mark Orr as the rain just getting a little bit more so heavy here now. Orr, by hand, try to find a teammate in Kite, but he didn't even execute the hand pass well enough to his advantage. And now Geordie Kite's got a problem wrapped up in the tackle. Had no real prior opportunity, just a real poor execution by hands, put him under all sorts of pressure. And skills not fully well on display for the Bloods. They normally so clean, not so far this afternoon. 29 points to the margin. Virtually opposite from our broadcast position on the outer side of the ground. Back underway. Simmons slipped through his fingertips, just hacked off the deck, gained 10 metres or so, and we'll get a ball in now on the attacking side of the half-forward region on the other side of the ground for East Point.
Yeah, good call there, Sammy. Melton hanging in. All-important next goal for the Bloods, you'd think, Barry.
Most definitely, mate, most definitely.
65 metres out from the East Point goal. Out of sight of the ground.
Oh,
Van Miel, the
big
fly
jump.
over the top of ball. Ball got socket inside the East Point attacking 50. Found touch over the line. Boundary throw in. 30 metres around from the East Point goal. Territory game favouring East Point. They've just played the conditions better this afternoon, Sammy.
Well, that's it. I mean, as simplistic as that, Todd. They've just continued to keep the ball going forward and just gain vital territory and little wins constantly throughout the afternoon. We're back underway, or has the ascendancy in the ruck. Didn't quite find a man, though. Scrambling kick towards the hot spots, cut off, and Brockwell takes the intercept mark on the last line defence. Plays breaking from him on the broadcast side if he wants to take his chance, but he doesn't chance his arm and goes long down the line to a big pack of players. Looking for all to take a mark in between three. Can't quite do so in the slippery stuff. McIntyre got down low. Didn't find a teammate. Picked up here, but now the way of Griffiths. He pounds a wobbly ball down the line, but it's too wide, and it's out in the full free kick will go the way of East Point on the outer side of the ground.
Kangas to bring the ball back into play through Brown. Right foot kick to the attacking 50.
What a great grab, Bilney.
Standing up strong there. Bilney takes an overhead mark that you'd more likely see on a dry day. He made a piece of soap look like a dry piece of leather, and the stocky mid, Bilney on half forward. You say he's a booming kick, Sammy?
Yeah, he's got the journey. He knows it. His teammates knows it. He's just got to strike it perfectly in the wet conditions.
Let's see how he goes. Each point they lead by 29 points. Shot on goal from just outside 50. Gives the ball plenty of air. Journey won't be a problem. Accuracy is. Misses off to the right. Misses everything, in fact. Out of bounds on the full. And Melton through Crofts will bring the ball back into play. Near 23 and a half minutes gone here at City Oval. Second semi-final action on 979 FM and Apple's 98.5 FM. East Point leads 69. Melton 40. And the Bloods through Crofts to bring the ball back into play.
And he just measures a short ball, finds Denham, who plays on at a left back pocket and pops it over the top towards Stevens. Caught the attention from Martin. No mark paid. Ball goes out of play. We'll get a boundary. Throwing goals to Lovick, Whittaker, McQueen, Johnson, Simmons, Brown, and Nesta for the Kangas, whilst for the Bloods, Carter, Hickey, Walker, and Campbell all on the board. But the real tale is 10 scoring shots to 24 at the moment, and that's why the Kangas lead. Archer with the big fist, gains a bit of vital territory. Tough one for Carter to deal with. Big hip and shoulder from the side there by Johnston. Picked up now by Simmons. Right foot scrambling kick just falls inside 50. Paid the mark the way of Brockwell, who cuts things off. He's going to chance his arm on this occasion. Try to set up a switch. Goes towards Griffiths. He marks on his chest. Got Campbell breaking for him on centre wing if he wants to pull the trigger. Doesn't. Assesses his options. Brown sounds the mark. Opportunity for Griffiths. High ball is wide. And in the end, Kite was desperate to get a hand on it. Falls into defence. Ball went out in the full. Free kick all the way of Murphy. And just execution in the line by even their good players like Griffiths. Just not there today for the Bloods.
Yeah, just outnumbered grandstand side. I think it might be club policy to go the other side of the ground. They just didn't have any numbers on this side. And the ball's going to come back over the Bloods' head to the attacking 50 from Murphy. Got it inside 50. McIntyre over the footy. Jostling for the footy. Pressure. Been good this afternoon from the East Point forwards. And they lock it in once again. 48 metres out from their goal. 25 minutes gone deep in time on in this third term. East lead by 29 points. Ball up. Neither side, well, neither ruckman can gain any hit to advantage there as Bilney, clean with hands, manages to negotiate a hand pass out of the congestion. East wanting a free kick. The umpire let it go. Denham on a cop one high. The umpire said no. Ball goes to ground. Central umpire letting it go. There'll be a ball up 45 metres out from the East Point goal. They lead 9-15-69. Melton 6-4-40. Rain is abated.
Still in striking range, though, as ruck free kick will go the way of Archer. If they can pinch one late here and go level in the term, I don't think Aaron Timms could have anything negative to say at his final address. Archer goes wide to Walker, off towards Crofts. He'll chip it over the top. Matt Denham in some space, should mark. Was collected late by Nesta. Umpire said it was fine, though. Denham had a few important touches in the last few minutes or so to drive Melton into attack. Side trading by 29 points. High footy towards the right forward pocket, looking for Carter. Arrived late, didn't take the mark. Scrambling kick out the fence coming by the Kangas. Out wide towards Dallenberg. High footy down the line, wobbly for Walsh. Couldn't quite get a clean handle on it. McIntyre wearing like a glove all afternoon. Still a chance for the Kangas move forward. Tubman with an important touch there. Got it to a teammate who just dribbled on as far as Archer down the line. Off towards Campbell. Wants to go towards the corridor. To Kite. Opportunity now for Hickey. Through the middle of the ground. Look to centre half forward. Big fist over top there by the Kangas. Lovic broke one tackle. Did he? The umpire said he had no prior. Will get a ball up on the centre half forward position for the Bloods.
Yeah, just an example of that work rate. McQueen getting to half back there for East Point to affect that spoil. They're away there, the Bloods. And they've managed to square it away here for a stoppage. It'll be a ball up on half forward. Van Meel, the only one to contest that ruck duel, fell into the hands of Hickey. Or it might have been a high tackle there on the Bloods, and the umpire agreed. Heavy knock there. Players coming in from everywhere remonstrating.
Ooh.
Hickey, one of those. You wouldn't want this to be taken off your Bloods. You want this shot on goal, but the Melton player that was felled has still yet to get to his feet. It might be Carter, is it, Sammy?
A bit hard to tell with the glare here from the commentary box who that exactly is on the ground. With a big lot of players around it too. Just can't quite 100% pick out. It could be Carter, as you said, though, Todd.
Stevens made it perfectly clear who he wanted to take the free kick. It will be him. And a little worse for wear. The Bloods player there, bailed up by the trainers. He's going to exit the field.
I'm sure Ian Smith on the boundary line will be all over that for us as we approach three-quarter time here.
Might be Jack Walker.
Very well could be in those white and orange boots.
So Stevens was very good early. Kept the Bloods in it. We'll have a shot on goal from 50 against the breeze. Take his best, got plenty of it. Almost got the entire journey. I tell you what.
No. Only one.
Yep, minor score.
Hit the post? Yep.
Wow, they got plenty of that, Sammy. 6-5-41 now, Melton. Trail East Point 9-15-69, 28-point ball game.
And Tongue went short. Found a teammate in his defensive back pocket in Brown. Spearing ball down the line is a beauty. Mark taken there by Dallenberg, who can square it up laterally. Finds Simmons at halfback. Simmons with it. Just taking his time. Maybe take a few seconds off the clock in the late stages of this third term. He plays on now with a high footy down the line, looking for the big flyers.
Oh,
Johnston pushed underneath
it. That has to be a kick.
And should be a free kick the way of MJ. Virtue opts from a broadcast position on centre wing on the outside. He has it for East Point. Looks down the line with a high footy. Maybe for his brother at the back. Croft's got a fist in there for the Bloods. Picked up by Geordie Kite. Wrestled away there by retirement owner. Squaring ball. Was looking for Tubman. Just too tall for him. And an escape maybe for the Bloods. Desperate kick out the fence by Walker towards the broadcast centre wing. Looking for Daniel Walker. Trying to skip away from Carson. And the umpire said he didn't dispose of it cleanly. Free kick will go the way of East Point. But that'll do it.
Yeah, what the central umpire didn't realise is that he was actually out of bounds.
Yeah, well, Jones has taken a cheap little posse from centre wing in front of us, but that will do it here for three-quarter time here on BFL Game of the Round. 9 goals, 15-69. East Point lead Melton, 6 goals, 5-41.
It was a good decision.
Term here to begin on BFL Game of the Round. To kick things off here for the last term is Todd Whelan here.
The Bloods with the breeze in the final term. Tap one there by Martin. Ball at ground level. Chance here for Hickey. Sockers the ball off the ground to the grandstand side of the ground. Stevens, Campbell goes to ground, knocks the ball towards half forward. Chance here for Walker to gather. Slippery footing, as you spoke about, slippery surface. Chance here for Tongue to go crashing through. Take it to the ground. There'll be a ball up on half forward. East Point lead by 28 points. Melton coming home with the breeze. Can't really feel it just outside of our commentary box here, but it's more prevalent on the ground. Chance here for Johnson. 50-50 ball. Breaks square with the big fella there in Campbell. There'll be a ball up on half forward. Grandstand side of the ground for the Bloods. All with the second thump. Got it to half forward. Reward for playing in front there to Walker. Got it to Kite. Right foot kick inside 50. This is a good start by the Bloods. Denham gathers cleanly. Back onto the left with a hand pass. Over towards Stevens. Kick across the body. Just what the doctor ordered for the Bloods. He's put it through inside the opening minute here at City Oval. Melton 7-5-47. And back within 22 points. Each point 9-15-69.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Todd Whelan. Great start for the Bloods. And Yeah, best player of the whole afternoon, Dyson Stevens, getting the job done with the right foot snap, and just what they needed. The goal in the opening minute, they need to hit the scoreboard early to be any chance in this final term.
And what will Tiger say?
Look out, here they come.
Thank you very much, Ian Smith. We're back on the way here. Martin got the hand on it once again. Sevens' kick was partially smothered. Would follow up by the big man in Martin towards centre half forward. Opportunity for McIntyre at the back. This is what the Kangas done all afternoon. The instant responses have been crucial. Here's retirement owners. Sweeping hand pass to Johnston. Spearing ball inside 50. Wrong sided for his brother. Still an opportunity though for Dallenberg. Right foot snap to the top. The goal square. Carter with a big fist. Gets 15 metres or so on it. Opportunity maybe at the back. Here still for Dallenberg. Right foot snaps to the near side. Bending. Bilney tried something creative out of mid-air, but it's gone through for a minor score.
Kick 2-8 in the second half, East Point. 9-16-70 now, lead Melton 7-5-47. Walker to bring the ball back into play. Right foot kick gets to the true centre half back position. Or decides to go the thump. Two East Point players went to ground. Baird doing the mopping up. Dropped the ball. Ball at ground level. Hot footy to speak of. Melton in with a slight sniff here as the ball travels towards half forward. Denham was pushed. Umpire said no. Tongue with the clearing left foot kick to an open half forward line. Coming out with Johnson. Umpire said he got it on the half volley. He was forced to hand pass to Walsh, who was dispossessed. Hot footy to speak of at the moment. Players in from everywhere. The umpire will square it away, you'd think. Whistle imminent? No. Trying to break away from the congestion here, both sides. Bit of a scrum of sorts, rugby league like you'd think. Half forward here. Finally, there'll be a ball up on East Point centre half forward position. The Kangas, they lead by 23 points. An inaccurate 9-16 leads Melton 7-5.
Back underway here, knocked forward by the Kangas though. Brockwell though trying to cut things off with a big tackle and does so. We're just at centre half forward position. 23 points the margin here.
Great call earlier, Sam, when you mentioned how quick and swift the East Point replies have been. Melton just managed back-to-back goals once this afternoon.
Back underway here, Simmons trying to break free, can't quite do so. And again, a stalemate, which they'll take at this situation here, the Kangaroos. Happy to see precious seconds slowly just tick off the clock. And umpires just letting Orr and Martin do battle once again. Orr got the hand on this time. At the back it goes towards Campbell. Left foot kick just pounds it towards the centre half forward position. Bouncing ball at the back for Matt Denham. Just needs it to sit up for the little man. Trying to get away from Murphy. Just can't quite get a handle on the slippery ball. Good pressure applied by the Kangaroos. Clearing kick goes only as far as Griffiths. He wobbles it just about 5 metres or so inside 50. Tongue. Left foot kick. Umpire says there's a free kick.
And a throw.
And a throw. Free kick the way of the Bloods. That's what they want. They want another shot on the big sticks. And it'll go the way of Connor Griffiths from on 50. And you just feel a touch of nerves starting to creep into the East Point game. The Bloods, well, actually, in the end, it's going to go the way of Walker. The umpire being a bit adjudicating that one, saying he was closer. He was the tackler. He's kicked two in a interesting move to the forward line, which has worked out well for Aaron Timms. So Daniel Walker from 50 will have to probably strike this one to all of a sudden make it within 3 kicks. Comes in, gets a bit of elevation on the ball. It won't make the distance. Right to the goal square. Baird, out of mid Stevens. It's a goal. It's remarkable. And he's got 2 in this final term and keeps the Bloods in this one. 8 goals, 5-53. They move to East Point. 9 goals, 16-70. The scoreboard's starting to look like it's going to hurt the Kangas here.
Yeah, very good start there by the Bloods. Opening 5 minutes, 2 goals through Stevens, and the big men starting to stand up for the Bloods and have an influence. And I speak of Stevens, who's been very good for the most part of the afternoon, but Campbell's starting to have an influence in the latter stages of this second half semi.
Well, he just, two real half chances for most men, and he's just made the most of them in the final term. And that's what you have to do in finals footy. Stand up in the big moments. We're back underway. Or in the midfield, the big fella gets towed the ball. Van Meel picks up the footy. Wrapped up by Hickey immediately. Umpire waving play on. Happy for it to continue to bubble between a few players in the centre of the ground. Diving in there was retirement owners. Ball spills very cross with a big tackle. And the umpire does eventually say, give it to me, John Marbo in the pack there for the Kangas. 5.5 minutes played. Final term here. 17 points the margin. And we're back underway. Slap forward by Orr. Umpire's picked out a free kick. Going the way of the big fella of the Bloods. And he'll drive Melton into attack once again.
It's all with ball in hand, defensive side of the middle of the ground. Right foot kick to the outer side, half forward. Carter
Good
comes
grab,
out, takes a strong mark in front. Wastes no time. Turns around onto the right boot. High right foot kick in the Stevens direction. Comes out, takes a nice mark on the chest, and he'll go back and have an opportunity to kick his third of the afternoon, albeit 3 in 8.5 minutes.
I don't know if I can think of more better individual performance in a side who's played pretty poorly all afternoon just to keep him alive by this man. I mean, he's probably had 30s to kick 2, could make it 3, just single-handedly keep him alive.
I'm just trying to find where Benny Archard is at the moment. Is he on the ground?
I know he started the term on the bench, and I think he might be standing up on the far side, if I'm not mistaken. Stevens comes in, the kick's not going to make the distance across the face. Walker, second grab,
mark.
And the umpire says it is a mark. Daniel Walker in the left forward pocket, difficult angle to work with, but he marks.
On his right side.
So he'll have a bit of latitude to walk around and hopefully snap around the body if you're a Bloods fan. His side, though, doesn't make the most of the opportunity. That one hurts a little bit. 8 goals, 654, trails 9, 1670 here at the City Oval. Ball going hand of tongue. Goal kickers for the Bloods are Stevens, Walker, Campbell, Hickey and Carter, whilst for the Kangas, Lovick, Whittaker, McQueen, Johnston, Simmons, Brown and Esther are all on the board.
Lazy defence there from East Point. Walker was able to open up that angle as much as he liked there, but was unable to convert.
Tongue, high footy towards the broadcast side, all getting across, unable to mark, balls in dispute. Martin wrapped up by Carter, getting in there was Nesta, right foot kick, fortuitously will fall on the lap of McQueen. Centre wing of the broadcast side, Zoe take the mark. Jake McQueen, who's been exceptional this afternoon, drills one down the line.
Oh.
One by the youngster Heaney there, worked his way to the front on Johnston and won himself a free kick.
They made it blue there on half forward. 3 Melton players went up for that ball at half forward.
Heaney with that left foot style towards half forward. Brown attacks at a full velocity.
That's a good grab.
And that's a great mark, as you just said, Barry, by the VFL listed player at Essendon. Holds things up and sells the Kangas at halfback.
Bit of composure here for the East Point side on halfback. Sun streaming down here, somewhat in the eyes of Brown as he goes along the line to a congestion of players. Fly at the back there from Brockwell, fell into the hands of Heaney, who was dispossessed, building with strength. Tackled, taken to the ground, holding the ball, said the umpire. Hickey took the advantage with the right foot kick. 2-on-1 in favour of East Point. Carter did well to go the thump. Murphy went the soccer, fell into the hands of Davis, tried to break the tackle, couldn't, was forced to hand pass. Free kick against you, Walker. It'll go to Nesta, and East Point will get out of trouble.
Yeah, got men on the broadcast side too, and that's where Nesta goes. Beautiful pass. All retirement overs, drop one he should have taken. He's going to try to dance away from Cotty's arm and to get away from! Umpire, he just got a fingernail to it, but Denham takes the advantage. Ball towards half forward. Carter at full stretch. We will get a ball in. Big call made here on centre wing.
It's going to be a down-the-ground free kick to Melton.
Well, there you go. So, well picked up there by Todd Whelan as I was watching the ball trickle out of bounds. Carter with it. 55 from goal. Breeze at his back. He's been called to play on. Centering ball. Looking for Stevens because he's the hot hand at the moment. Didn't quite get there. Lovick did enough. Just wandering out of the fence with a left foot kick. Just kicks to space on the outer side. Towards centre wing, Taylor got some protection from Walsh. Dribbles it towards half forward. Bilney left it behind. Carter kept it moving forward. Big foot to be won here on centre wing, the outside. It goes the way of the Bloods. Handball off there towards McIntyre. Down the line he goes with a shaky ball. Tough to deal with for the chaotic defence there from East Point. Clearing kick from Lovick to a vacant centre half forward region. Johnston will be the man to get there first. Picks it up cleanly. Hand pass was smothered by Kai. Big moment in the game here. Big tackle blind on Murphy. Gets away from him though. Just in time. Handball inside was too tall for Lovick. But East Point do have numbers. Trying to help each other out. Johnston well hand. Found McQueen. He breaks stride. East Point look towards half forward. Nesta got some space and he marks inside 50. The Kangas, not pretty. They get the result inside 50. Mark taken by Nesta.
And to answer your question, Todd, Benny Archard is on the bench for the Bloods.
Just wonder
and
if his day is done, because we haven't seen him feature in 10.5 minutes.
Because when I said he's on the bench, he is on the bench.
16-point lead to East Point here. 9-16 plays Melton, 8-6. Melton kicked the opening 2 goals of this term, but they're beginning to run out of time. 11 minutes gone now. East Point with a shot on goal. It'll be Nesta. Gets plenty of it. Has he got the journey? I think he might.
Yeah, but not the accuracy.
But
mate.
not the accuracy. Thank you, Barry. Offline through for a minus score. They're 17th of the afternoon, East Point. They're 9-17-71, Melton 8-6-54.
Long ball was quick and found a loose man in Kite. In between half-back and centre wing on the outside. He looking to the direct traffic is the captain. Goes towards half-forward with the kick, but it's directed, cut off there by the Kangas. And they boom a ball towards centre half forward. Arcing a bit though through the corridor, cut off by Walker. Dangerous kick equals a dangerous result towards a one-on-one in Stevens. Couldn't mark it on his chest. Numbers with the Kangas here. Tudman off half-back. Goes down the line, but should be cut off by Orr.
Well done. Jeez, he's got a great pair of hands, hasn't he?
The big man pouches this one. Plays on towards centre half forward. The kick goes, but it's too tall for his direct target. Mark's taken in defence there by Murphy. Holds things up at centre half back. Looks inboard. Kicks should be marked there by Taylor, and is. So Geordie Taylor. Wobbly kick out wide more to space and the advantage of Rotoma Onus, who's got an absolute paddock in front of him. Picks up the ball now. Lateral kick was okay.
Oh, no.
Simmons, too
That's
slow.
ball.
Run down, holding the ball. Free kick on the outside, the way of Sean Campbell and the way of the Bloods, who continue this wave of momentum in the hands of the right man.
Well, let's see if they can get it beyond half forward. Archer to be ideal there, but they've turned the ball over the last 4 times they've got it to half forward. They really need a target there as they go slowly by foot. Kite with the ball on half forward, outer side of the ground. About 3 kicks away from goal. Goes short, Walker. Juggling mark being paid. Half forward, just in front of the Melton coach's box. He'll go back and send the Bloods into attack. Kick along the line's okay. Mark's been taken there by, might be Davis, is it? Wheels and goes on to the left. Into attack. Stevens the target, so too Carter. Stevens on the second grab, couldn't take it. Johnson doing the mopping up. Ball gets spilled to the outer side. Rotoma Onus goes to ground. Could have been held without it. The umpire called play on. Hot footy to speak of at the moment. It's just outside the defensive 50. Now to the outer side centre wing. As that kick from East Point got about 40 metres, got them 40 metres out of trouble. Rebounding footy. McQueen arguably the best man on the ground. Right foot kick to get East Point out of trouble. To the defensive 50. Carter's been, well, he's tried hard all day. Carter. He might have been pinged there. The umpire said throw. And Brown, also one of the East Point's better players this afternoon, will take his time and get East Point out of trouble.
And showing plenty of composure there, just telling his teammates going to slow things down on half-back. I'm the man. I can hold things up here at the 13.5-minute mark. Likes to go backwards towards Baird. He'll mark at the full-back position. They're going to try to switch it across the face of goal. Dangerous kick, but it will come off. Mark is taken there by Murphy. Can they complete it over the top towards Lovick? No, they can't, but the clean bowl's Kite. Opportunity coming through there by Taylor. Hand pass was superb. Lovick's high ball towards centre half forward. Tough to mark. Van Meel attacks at a full velocity. Doesn't take the mark, and Crofts comes away with it, although he missed his foot with the kick. Got off towards Kite, whose handball was coughed up towards Geordie Taylor. He pounds a high ball inside 50. Jordan Johnson at the back. Big fist by Heaney. Ball in dispute. Whittaker came from the side. Didn't really impact the contest. Wrapped up his McIntyre. Ball spills free. Clearing kick off the deck by Carter. Just towards the vacant half forward line. Johnston goes the man.
Oh.
Goes to ground with Hibbard. Ball stays in dispute. Picked up now by Johnston. Up against the boundary line. It takes something special from there. And it's behind. Run a score. 9 goals, 18, 72 leads. 8 goals, 654. Barry
If you guys didn't pick it up, Archer is back on the ground.
3-goal ball game here. 14.5 minutes gone to final term. Second semi-final action brought to you live on 979 FM and Apple's 98.5 FM. Kick in from defence was good. Campbell went through his hands. Archer went to ground. Rebound footy. Left foot kick from Simmons. Back to the top of the goal square. Melton have got numbers. Ball went through Walker. Here's a chance for Geordie Johnson. Dribbling kick. Shot on goal. I think he's put it through, Johnston.
Yes.
That might be the sealer.
Yeah, and he could quite easily have another kick, I think.
Yeah, on the goal line, he was pushed into the post, and bit of push and shove, which we've seen throughout the afternoon, continues. But Johnston, in the end, gets the result that was desired and maybe just books the place for East Point in the grand final in a couple of weeks there with that goal.
And obviously no further decisions from the umpire. Nope, that's
and
good.
for all their forward 50 entries, I think that's Geordie's first of the afternoon.
It is, yes. He comes there, I think, 8th individual goal kicker for the afternoon as well.
And I don't know whether you guys can actually see it, but it doesn't look. It looks like some horrible weather coming across.
We are back underway here. Brown at half forward, sends it inside 50. Off hands, ball comes to ground. Maybe an opportunity to shut the gate for the Kangas here if they can convert. They can't cleanly get it. And the Mountain players wanted a free kick for diving on the footy, and that's what they're going to get. Free kick the way of Walker at the full back position.
Time to roll the dice, Bloods. Go straight down the middle of the ground, looking there towards Hickey at the back. Couldn't take the mark. East Point, again, have the numbers. Murphy got clean bowled, allowed Hickey back into the contest. Soccer and kick got towards the attacking 50. East Point with numbers through bed. Got it to tongue. Normally good by foot. Goes out of side. Kicks a good one. And East will get out of trouble. Right foot kick from Tuddenham. Out of side centre wing. Brown's got time to run onto it. Hand pass over the top's okay. Chance here for Jones. Hand pass. He draws the man. Combining here. Excellent passage of play. Whittaker takes the mark. Play. 45 metres out from goal. Deep in the forward pocket. Right in front of the scoreboard here. As the dark clouds overhead have an impact on the scoreboard that reads East Point 78, Melton 54.
Going back to memory, mate. Whittaker, first goal.
Yeah, he kicked one in the first term and really hasn't seen much of it ever since after we pumped him up a little bit. But
well, we did say he was a confidence player, but that should have boosted his confidence, shouldn't it?
To seal the game here, you'd think kick is on its way. It's a good strike, and
yes.
it's good. Squeezed it home, and the veteran for East Point is just about booked their sign's place in the grand final in 2 weeks' time. Brad Whittaker against the breeze, against the run of play. East Point get 2 in a couple of minutes here. You can shut the gate, boys. It's all over Red Rover here at the City Oval.
Great kick from Whittaker there. He would have been well and truly in the black with a shot on goal from over there, and he's defied the odds and kicked East Point's 11th. He's second of the afternoon. 30-point separation between the two sides here. 17 and a half minutes gone in this second semi-final. Ball up, tap, won by Archer. As far as Hickey knocked it to the member side centre wing. Lovig went to soccer. Umpire said it didn't go far enough. And a bit of a stacks on the mill held to him, said the umpire. There'll be a ball up. Attacking side of centre wing, members side of the ground for East Point. And the Kangas, they lead by 30 points, back-to-back premierships. Still a realistic option for the minor premiers.
Back underway, neither ruckman really touch it. Archer's tap only went as far, though, as Ma. Brown, who's been so good, especially in this last term when they've needed him, slaps towards the advantage of Johnston, lowering the eyes. Kick is here directed, should be covered by Ryan Carter. He marks. Looks to square the ball towards centre back. Risky kick to try and take every option they can. Almost cut off by McQueen. Diving in there was Hickey. Bombed the pack there. Hard to see, might be Dallenberg there for East Point. And a stoppage. 18 and a half minutes gone, just outside 50 for the Kangas. But this is Barry Ag.
There's no option for the Bloods now. They've got to play attacking, fast, quick football.
Archer's tab only went as far as Ma. His high kick was a squaring one at that. Front and centre, 45 metres out from the East Point goal. Tuddenham wanted the hole. The umpire said no. Clever kick to Brown on the outside. He's shot on goal. Makes no mistake. And he's put it through. And if the game wasn't over before that kick, it most certainly is now. East Point extend. They're 12-16. 88. They lead Melton. They're a mile back as the digital scoreboard celebrates that goal. We'll have the Melton score for you, 8-6, 54.
Yeah, like Jacob Brown here has just played a final term that, is one to remember here. I mean, stood up when he really, they really need someone to. When Melton will throw everything at him, took a couple of crucial marks at half back, and now gone forward and kicked that goal. And I mean, probably had 7 or 8 touches in the final term and a best on ground performance in my book anyway. We'll get back underway here. 6 goals the margin. All done here. East Point be going through to the grand final. Coming through to Tom Owners. Got one high from Campbell.
Yeah, I thought he was a bit unlucky there, Campbell. He was just a good, solid hip and shoulder. Players in from everywhere here.
And this has been brewing for the whole game here. There's been a lot of push and shove, a lot of niggle, finals winning atmosphere. Umpire's doing the right thing, letting the game continue as Rotoma Owners will stick with the footy, goes out wide and finds a man in Nesta. He chips over top looking for towards Taylor. Boundary line will beat him. We'll get a ball in front of the digital scoreboard. But just take the time on here. 36 points the margin here at the City Oval.
Don't forget, from 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, don't miss the action. It's Redan. After their big win over Darley last week, hosting Sebastopol in the first semi-final from Windaree Reserve. There's the boundary throw, and the umpire says we'll have a retake of that. Take 2. Boundary throw in once again. Archer won that tap on Van Meel, knocked it to ground level. Plenty of players around the football under dark skies. Breaking away from the congestion was Ma. Misses off to the right for a minor score. 12-19, 91 now East Point. Lead Melton 8-6, 54, 37-point ball game. 20 and a half minutes gone final term.
Walker just goes short to Carter. He goes over the top to a loose man in Riley Walker. Half-back flank broadcast side. Too far back, Melton in this one as we're 21 played in the final term. High footy looking for a flight. Daniel Walker from the side has played a fine game up forward. Couldn't quite take the mark. Carter wrapped up immediately. No prior opportunity, I would have thought, for mine. Umpire knew he agrees with me. Ball up on the centre wing position. 12-19-91 leads 8-6-54 here at the City Oval. East Point will be going through to a grand final in 2 weeks' time. Martin just tried to knock it to his own advantage. Handball was superb by Taylor. Lowering, chiselling ball by Lovick was beautiful, but a great spoil there by Carter. Got a fist in when many wouldn't have. Lovick followed up the good work. Centering ball towards the hot spot. Off hands, clearing them with a fist. Around the body went Brown. Still an opportunity inside 50 here for the Kangas. Big crumbing tackle. Whittaker's kicks off line and will fail to register a score. Free kick in the defensive back pocket will go away the Bloods as they trail by 37 points here in the second semi-final here at the City Oval.
And just to finish off the way we started, more precipitation.
After the opening 6 minutes where the Bloods kicked back-to-back goals, and then they struggled to get beyond their half-forward line. It's been all East Point for the second half of this final term.
Good grab by Benny Archer.
Melton, they move the ball by foot to half-back. Archer with ball in hand, just inside the boundary line. Goes 45 to true centre wing, out of sight. Ball at ground level now. Dark skies overhead. Whistle imminent, you'd think. Umpires picked out a free kick here. It'll go, holding the ball, it'll go to Melton. And it looks like might be who we got there, Sammy. Your eyes are better than mine.
Yeah, I was hard to tell in far. I think it might have been Jack Walker that went short, but Archer dropped the mark there. Walker goes off the deck, back towards Jack Walker. Slipped over. Big tackle by Dallenberg. Ball spills towards the boundary line. It's out of play, and it's just hasn't been Melton's day. I mean, they've really been outplayed in all departments by East Point. I mean, yes, they've had the ascendancy clearly in the ruckle afternoon, but not big games from Mark Orr, not big games by Ben Archer. And Archer looks like he's obviously carrying in this final term, and they just haven't been able to hit the scoreboard either, two out of their big men. They're not a day made for them, but they haven't done themselves any favours. High ball towards centre wing. I think umpire might play downfield with the kick, so Melton will be rewarded further afield, and I think it's Daniel Walker with it. And Walker wants to go quickly towards Orr, who I was just speaking of. Jones gets across and gets a vital hand and punches it towards the Melton's coach's box.
Yeah, Melton have been as patchy as the rain this afternoon. They've just had 5-minute moments in each of the quarters, but the honours all with East Point. They lead by 37 points. 23 and a half minutes gone, final turn. There's the throw in. Van Meel with the big thump. Junk time now for East Point. Just seems whether they want to capitalise on that. McQueen goes to soccer. Gets the ball to the outer side half-forward line. Walker over the football tackle, taken to the ground. Ball spills free. Umpire says throw it in. Half-forward outer side of the ground for East Point. They've let it every change, the Kangas. They're going to be hard to beat in the big one. They lead by 37 points. 24 minutes gone, final term.
After their display today, do you think anybody, they wouldn't have any fears about whoever they play in the grand final, would they?
Johnston towards half forward. To answer that question just a second. Barry Ag over the top and diving in there. Desperation shown there by Walker to see our play. Well, I mean, I think they've got that premiership favourite tag back now after a performance like today. I mean, yes, on paper maybe they still were, and to the bookies I'm not too sure, but today's really solidified that they are the side to beat in 2019 in the Ballarat Football Netball League.
Boundary throw in. Van Meel up. Knocks the ball to ground level. Chance here for Johnston. He's dispossessed. Hibbert. Hurried kick. Got the ball towards outer side half back. Chance here for Griffiths. Tumbling kick to half forward. Hickey over the football. Gets taken to ground. Umpire calls play on. Squaring kick was okay here for the Bloods. They're out. Looks like the mark's been taken there by Geordie Kite. High right foot kick. Goes in the Campbell direction. He's out of position. Impacted the contest though. Did well. 2-on-1 here. Well done, Tongue. Sees the safety of the boundary line. Over the line for a boundary throw-in. 25 metres around from the Bloods goal. Quick
question for you, Barry Ag. Benny Archer's obviously have an injury cloud going into next week from the looks of things. He doesn't look 100% out there. Is this result going to be too damning for Melton to come back from? Will it play continue, then I'll get you to answer that one. Nesta goes off the deck towards the outer side, just gaining some vital territory. The man I speak of in Archer gets down low and shovels it towards Griffiths. He steps around a whippy tackle, tries the torpedo punt to go for inside 50. Murphy just attacked it at full ferocity. Kite really just stood there and didn't really want it. And Murphy marks inside defensive 50. Goes across, finds Walsh. The vice captain has it.
And I think you've just summed the game up fairly well with that statement, mate, that the Pointers player really wanted the ball, and the Melton players just shrugged his shoulders.
Fisted
didn't he?
inside 50. Baird clears, but only as far as Arshad. He squares it up, finds Denham. He will look to wheel quickly to that left side, pulls a short ball, but indirected. Poor skills. Mark taken there by JJ Geordie Johnston at centre halfback.
Yeah,
slowing it down and
he'll go
Oh,
short
look.
and wide. Kicks okay. Finds Jones. Defensive 50. Grandstand side. Kick along the lines okay. Goes in the Darlinburg direction. Hibbert did well in front. Darlinburg kept his feet though. Kite's awkward looking tackle on Darlinburg's been rewarded. Bit of a smile on both players' faces there. It was rugby league like that tackle in the end. And Kite will take the resultant free kick, and the Bloods will be looking for more out of him in the preliminary final next week. Short kick from Stevens is okay. Finds Denham. Hand pass was ordinary. Went behind Walker. Chance here for Ratoma Onus over the ball. Ridden into the ground. Umpire calls play on. It's the third time of the afternoon. Denham's missed by hand. The siren sounds here to end the action in the 2019 second semi-final here at City Oval. It's the minor premiers East Point. They've proven too good for Melton, 12-19-91. They led at every change to defeat Melton 8-6-54. East Point are through to the grand final semi.
It was just realistically an utterly dominant performance by the Kangaroos. I mean, they got that slight challenge there for 5 minutes to start the final term, but they run out very deserving victors, and as the minor premiers deserve to have their place in the grand final, don't they, Barry Egg?
well, they certainly do. And I was going to ask you guys a question before it appears as though Benny Archard is injured. The old egg and chicken and egg thing. This time of the year, is it better to win and have a week off, or is it better playing all the way through? But obviously, if you've got a few little niggles like obviously Benny Archard has, obviously it would have been better to win and have a week off to help get him right.
Well, in this reverse fixture last year, it was the Bloods who were victorious and booked their place into the grand final. The Kangas had to do it the hard way, win the prelim and meet them, and then get redemption in the grand final. It could be a reverse of roles in a week's time when we don't know. The way Melton have played in